Hello, chat. How are you guys doing? GMC, you're looking very early today. And might I say, that's a fine shirt you're wearing? How did you ever pick it out? Bravo. So, yeah, we're going back to Red Dead. I was liking Greedfall, but not enough to keep playing it for very long. Game had I had some issues with it. Mainly, I couldn't follow the plot and all. So, yeah, since we've made a lot of good progress and rootin', tootin', memeing, and shootin', I figured we could maybe finish up the Mexico section tonight, and then we actually don't have much left of the game after that. Well, no, there's still a good chunk, but most of it's behind us. So for tonight, I figured, yeah, why not? Okay. What's up, Stego? How are you? Someone in my Death Stranding video said I'm a communist and hate the Japanese. Can I confirm or deny? Well, I will deny that I'm a communist since I'm actually a pretty hardcore capitalist. And I certainly don't hate the Japanese, so someone's making assumptions. What do you think, chat? Am I a communist who hates the Japanese? I'm gonna guess whoever made that comment was probably goofing. Since I don't know how you get that from the video that I released it on Death Stranding. Where did I go into a communist, screed during that? I'm interested now. What a world we live in, chat. What's up, Sly, Ben, everyone else, Costa-Sign, Goku, Western, Rosebot, Roku, Yuna, all of you people, all you wonderful people, and might I add, you have all dressed wonderfully for the stream tonight. I'm surprised you put so much effort into looking so good for a chat. If you're finally able to watch a stream again, been without internet the last couple nights, oof. That's a big oof. Savage, hi, hello to you back. You're still playing Bloodborne, going after the Chalice. Yeah, good luck on that. I'll have to get around to that game eventually. Kojima joke? Yeah, I'm curious what this guy's mindset was now that it's been brought up. I didn't see that comment myself. Must have been after I checked him. But yeah, I defend America's form of government many times in that video. But for some reason that makes me a communist. Man, that's not even trying to come up with something, horrible to say. Did I hear about how in Britain some guy with a fire extinguisher, a former murderer, and a chef armed with a narwhal horn stopped a terrorist? No, I have not heard of this, and I'm gonna say it's made up. But who knows? Like I said, the world is an interesting place, so it could be true. I'll wait for Sly Dante to Google it and tell me the real facts. He's been doing that a lot because, frankly, you people spout a lot of bullshit. I still love you though, even if all of you are just bullshit merchants. It's true. You've seen the footage. Ah, well, the law is spoken. Zykiba, welcome back. It's been a while, buddy. How have you been? You're free tonight. Ah. Well, we're glad to have even a little bit of your time, my man. So, what's the story of this narwhal horn guy? And it sounds like an interesting movie plot. Sounds like one of those, bad comedies that would probably star. Who would that star? What will come up with a plot for this? What to write it into a movie, chat? Reality has gotten stranger than fiction. Yeah, that it has, chat. That it has. I don't even. There's a reason why my disbelief is getting distended further and further every week. Usually, the usual early shifts madness ain't no rest for the wicked. Yeah, I think we all know that feeling a little bit. I don't think any of us here in chat were probably born rich, so we've all worked those terrible hours. How am I? I'm doing pretty good, Nose. How are you? That's the most important question. Sounds like one of your Japanese animes. It could be. They would have to be high school girls, though. And they would, they'd also, trying to hook themselves up with main character Kun, who's just so nice to all of them. So, as you can see, tonight, chat, we're going back to Red Dead Redemption. we should be able to finish up the Mexico section tonight. Yeah, this game's so much quicker to play through than Red Dead 2. It's actually surprising. Plus I've started so many games recently and I haven't finished most of them. So I'd like to get one of them done. So. Let me switch my monitor over real quick. In a few days, actually, we'll have the final episode of Life is Strange 2. We can finally put that one away. Love the title of the stream. Admittedly, I didn't put more than like 5 seconds of thought into it. So what can I put in there? And it's, that'll work. There was a guy who was arrested for terrorism 6 years ago, was let out early, and then did more terrorism. Surprise. So 3 guys grabbed whatever they could to get their hands on and stopped him. Also, the terrorist has a fake bomb vest. But they didn't know it was fake. Was anyone in this tale Scottish? For some reason, I just imagined one of them was a Scot. And he was like, "Mondin," and whipped out a narwhal horn and started beating him with it. Can I just say I love it when a Scotsman wants to start a fight and it's just Mondin. That's all it takes. Alright, I think we're ready to begin, chat. The chef with the horn was Polish. Well, I guess that works for the joke. You need a haircut, chat, when you have to, like, brush your hair off your ears so your headphones can fit properly. I need to get that haircut bad soon. But because of the holiday we just recently had, every place was closed. And apparently, they also take the opportunity to take several days off. Okie dokie. Yep, I was a bit tired of Greedfall. I didn't want to play any more of it right now. I might come back to it at a later date. But, shut up, Dex. Shut up! You want to see my hair? It's not really anything special, it just really... My hair is like thick and it lays down heavy on my head. So it almost looks like I'm a beetle right now. With a, slight part in the front of it. Back to Eldritch Horror. Well, you can only be with us for a while, Neospace. I have the same hair as you, but mine is cut. Well, I'm going to be getting a haircut again soon, so it won't be so unmanageable. But I've been so busy with the Death Stranding stuff that I neglected getting it cut during all that. Am I Ringo, Paul, George, or John? They all kind of looked the same back in the Beatle days, didn't they? So I wouldn't be able to tell you. I just have like my long, thick, straight hair right at the moment. Come on. So, what was I? We got 2 people we can do work for right now. Who should we do work for? Well, we're closer to DeSanta, so let's do more of DeSanta's missions before we go and do, Lady Louisa. Hey, Sir Ryu, how are you? Nirvana hair? Not really. My hair isn't blonde enough to be Kurt Cobainish. You're Gucci. Already, right now, even saying you're Gucci feels dated as a meme. That's how quick it goes. The most annoying part is whether the hair should be in front or behind the ear. I mentioned it before, my hair is like a genetic mutation, and I don't understand how it works, but it's like really thick strands of hair, and they're like really heavy, so they just don't even move around that much, even when they're like, the weather is weird. I swear there was probably an actual animal somewhere in my family line. I don't know of anyone who has hair quite like mine. I'm not sure which animal, but if you go back a couple centuries, you'll find one somewhere. Thick hair is a gift, though? It can be, especially if you're a guy and you're like losing it. Then any hair is a gift, but it comes with its its hardships because there's not a whole lot you can do with it. Because even if I like try to style it, it falls back down into place after a couple hours. I can put tons of gel or something into it to like make it mussy, and it's still gonna be lying on the, you know, flat on my head by the end of the day. Maybe, do I have enough money to buy this house so I can be a bit closer? At least combs? Yeah, that they do. Okay, there we go, we bought it. I'm descended from Lucy. There is a Lucy. I did have a great aunt named Lucy, but I'm sure you're referring to someone else. You shave your head, and I have a few wigs to wear if I want to be hairy. Hey, whatever works. I ain't judging. In fact, I've recommended guys, if they're... Whenever there's guys who are like suffering from the male hair loss, I always recommend they just say fuck it and shave their hair and keep their confidence. I've always noticed that guys who like stress out once they're starting to lose their hair, and they like try everything they can to hide it. Usually it never works, and they just get really messed up over it. So it's better just to let it go. But that's easy for me to say as someone who isn't really suffering from that, so I can't really tell you how I would react if I started to. Do I shave my hair? No, I like to leave stuff up there for me to work with. I don't look... My head is too large for short hair. It's not a great look. Bald dudes are hot? That they can be.
He stole my horse. Please, ayúdame.
No. I'm not a good Samaritan. I'm a rebel. Hair loss spray is so funny. I don't think people even use that anymore, do they? Or do they... No, they use it for that Instagram stuff where like, where they try to make their hairline look perfectly even. It's like, adds like fuzz on the top of their hairline. I forget what it's called though.
Eres llorón, maricón. Me das asco. Hablas lealtad, pero eres transparente. Estarás aplaudiendo cuando mi cabeza está empelado, ¿verdad?
No, mi excelencia. Mis hombres y yo estamos trabajando noche y día por su honor.
¿Tu honor?
I have dense hair like Jim Morrison, I suppose. Does he have dense hair?
¿Qué diablos este cabrón?
With a beard wig? Ugh. Like I said, I've never had, you know, facial hair, so I can't even imagine. I'd probably hate it. I'm so used to being like, having like the smooth cheeks of a pre-teenager that it would just look unnatural on me.
No, sir. Perhaps
Hey, musical.
you come to hunt me, huh? Your country loves to make trouble in mine.
Perhaps, but it isn't so.
Perhaps I should tie you to a horse and let it drag you around town. Or let the dogs fight you, huh?
Oh yeah, this is the mission I started to do that one night when everything went kaput.
I'd say the same thing. I'm here to bring two men to justice.
Yep, purple hair again.
Your
My hair has treated me well, so I treat it well in return by not dyeing it and sticking harsh chemicals in it.
Pero son tuyos. Sinceramente espero que me encontraste alguna compañía más interesante que esa bruja que me traíste anoche.
Let me ask you this, sir. Do you know anything of the men I'm looking for?
Escuela is from this province.
Every dude from the 70s had like an Amazon for hair back then.
Worked as a laborer on land
Oh,
cultivated
longer
by
hair
my
was more acceptable.
men like that are natural allies for Reyes. My
Hi,
people
Mark.
have lived
Oh, hi,
worked
Mark.
here for 100 years. We've
Hello,
run
Greenhorn.
civilization. And these people,
What is this, a commercial for Dollar Shave Club? I would be a horrible spokesman for that since I rarely have to shave.
and they turned their back on him. Now I fight to help them from themselves, to save them from themselves.
Like I keep saying, my body is weird.
That they would kill me if they could. They see only a tyrant.
At least when it comes to hair growth.
These people need a ruler.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Sorry? Why be sorry? It is a way of mankind. A fight between two forces.
You're killing yourself in a stressful environment? Man, where are you working at these days, Ike?
But I know one thing, Senor Marston. Force. Force. Must be
Now,
used.
stress can do a lot more than just cause your hair to fall out, though.
I'm sure.
Now, perhaps you can do me a favor while I find these men for you.
After we find the men, then I'll help in any way I can.
You are in no position to
Am I practicing my lines for the DMC movie? There's a Devil May Cry movie.
These idiots, man.
Oh, am I going to be in
Fighting
it?
at Tesoro
Is that already confirmed?
And you head there and you lend your support.
Want me to share your prawn?
¿Cuántas veces
What?
voy a decirte, no ponga detrás de mí?
Hey, it's a changed world. Sharing your prawn is a perfectly legitimate way of bonding.
Some men ahead. We will meet them there.
Can I say jackpot? Well, anyone can say it, but what determines is if you can say it correctly. Like, don't you dare say it, jackpot. I don't know, I can't do a cool guy voice. When you're so monotone, when you're like dopamine, fasted like me, there is no such thing as a cool guy voice. It always comes out sounding strained. Have you guys in chat actually heard of this new fad that's taken hold in Silicon Valley called dopamine fasting? Where like people are so worried about getting happy drugs in their brain that you naturally produce that they're like avoiding eye contact and all sorts of other things. 'Cause I don't want to get a dopamine hit. I'm dopamine fasting. And I'm just thinking to myself, huh? I didn't know I could have been commercializing that. Also, isn't that just depression?
Come on, let's go.
Come on! You can do better than that.
But I don't know. I guess I just don't get the culture of Silicon Valley. There's always a fad, but just avoiding eye contact because you don't want the dopamine hit, or like having a good conversation. It's called depression's part of it. But also, I kind of feel that I am sort of like that because not because of anything intentional though. It's like a rampant mutation. I was like, I wish I would have known I could have been starting that fad years ago. I didn't know people wanted that state of mind. Someone who has had depression before, that definitely kind of... Well, I think everyone's had probably suffer from depression, both minor and severe. I know I have. I sometimes get seasonal depression, so I might have it next month, who knows. But, this is like something intentionally people are doing. They're just avoiding like things that they like eating food they like, having conversations, eye contact, anything that might give them a hit of dopamine. And it's just called a dopamine fast because it allows you to like clear your mind and be better control of your thoughts or something like that supposedly. And I'm not gonna lie, I do have a pretty clear head most of the time. So I need to move to Silicon Valley and become a guru. I could really train these Silicon Valley folks in how to achieve that dopamine fast.
Idiota, pero qué haces? ¿Por qué tardaste tanto? ¿Y quién es este gringo? A usted un favor. Cada hombre ayuda. I hope you fight better than this little girl, gringo. Come.
Also, have you guys ever heard of this stuff called salt juice? That the owner of Twitter recommends everyone to drink? Because it's literally just nicotine juice, but they call it salt juice. Where'd they be? My gun is looking awfully rusty. I should probably get a new one at some point. Wait, I forgot. Never mind. We don't have to oil our guns in this game. I'm sorry this has just become a stream where we shit on California. I didn't mean it for that, or just, well, more or less Californian fads. Well, I'm pretty sure every state shits on itself. Like, I know my state definitely does. Okay, let's get out the old shoddy. Oh, shit. Oh, farg. Yeah, people give Cali a lot of shit, but I can point out a lot of problems with most states, including my own. quite a few problems in my own state, in fact. Isn't there like, okay, no, hold on. An actual cover button in this game to, take cover behind shit? Keep thinking there is. Or is it just a crouch? I'm thinking of a different game. I live in Alabama? No, not quite. But then again, maybe I am. I mean, I do have a hot cousin. I should use Deadeye for crotch shots, huh? No, I think I should get up on, the high ground. Oh, you're still alive somehow. Oh shit. Did they climb up here after me? They did. Hiding my southern accent. It's just that I never really developed one. I've gone over this story multiple times. It's like anyone that from my area that wanted to be taken seriously later in the future and maybe move out of the state, really just never developed it because they either that or they just, I don't know. You have to be exposed to a lot of southern accents around you to really develop one, and I never really was. Like neither of my parents had a southern accent.
I heard the little horse crying in that house over there. Remember, nobody takes them before Allende.
We did all this just to get women for Allende?
No, that's just a bonus. This village is
DMC3 is coming to the Switch on February 20th. Any plans to stream it or send it? Well, I think I can play the game on PC as well. I'd probably play it there.
You want to find Javier Escuela, don't you? John, you're helping Mexico. Vámonos, muchachos.
You can find giant snails in Florida. I lived in Florida as a little bitty kid. West Palm Beach. Lots of old people and lots of lizards. Depending on who you ask, kind of the same thing. Pick up some fire bottles.
What are you waiting for? Put it down!
Well, these places already look pretty junked, but okay. Also, they're mainly masonry, so they're not gonna burn that well. Any old lizard people? Sure, that's one conspiracy theory I can get behind.
Isn't that beautiful?
You really are pathetic.
You need to relax. Come back to the villa.
Who am I talking to?
The new girls before they spoil.
What? Was that like telepathic communication? Or was he just like outside the camera range? You'd say I'm from Georgia? You guys really need to stop, being so concerned over where I come from or where I'm currently at. It's not that big of a deal. Nor is it anything special. Alright, so more DeSanto missions then. Yeah, it's best to just keep all these missions in one little block before we move on to the next. Little did you know I'm actually Canadian. Yeah, there's no way any Canadian would fall for that one. They know. It's like a sixth sense. They can always tell when an American is faking, you know, Canadian origins. Serbia, everybody knows that? Well, I'm doing a really good job at hiding the accent then. Yeah, I know chat respects my privacy, but it's just something that, it's like a mystery chat is determined to solve. Even though, like, it's not really a mystery. I'm pretty sure, like, it wouldn't even be that hard to figure out, because there are other YouTubers who have a similar accent to mine, and they're very open to where they're from. Or where they were born at. Utah is one of the safest states to live in. Well, Mormons aren't exactly known for being, you know, very rowdy. Like, we just, well, how do Mormons be, actually? I don't think I've ever met one. I don't want to, you know, jump on any, like, real bad stereotypes. I'm Bulgarian, yes. I mean, you can just hear it in the voice, right? No, Chat's seen my face before. That one's not a secret. I've shown it many times. Just not any time recently. Like I've mentioned, you can go on Google and type in what does Dartigan look like and find a photo within like the first couple searches. And I've also posted photos on my Discord before. And there's the videos of it too from both Twitch streams and on YouTube. So that one's definitely not hidden. The reason I don't use a webcam that often is just I'm more comfortable without one. I think I'm more myself if I don't have a camera on me. When you have a camera on you, it does change how you react to things, because now you have a new angle of it. And I don't really want to, like, get to the point where I'm possibly faking reactions for a camera. Plus, most of the time when I have a camera on, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting there, like, with, you know, my stroke face. Just like, yeah, I'm playing the game. My voice is the selling point, not my face.
Mr. Merson, ride with us. We've been betrayed.
What's happened?
There's no time. Ride with us. Then we'll find the man you seek. Come.
You have Mormons over in Germany, Zyke?
We must hurry.
I didn't know they had spread so far. You know, I always hear about Mormons, you know, going to other countries to spread the word, but I think they'd have a hard time, wouldn't they? Because Mormonism is a very America-centric religion. Since it's literally about Jesus, you know, coming to America and spreading the word in, you know, ancient times. How are you gonna sell that in other countries?
Leave your horse here. You will ride with me.
My face is eye candy for the female viewers.
Let's go. Now.
I have a hard time believing that.
Captain Espinosa already has men there. We must get to him before he tries anything stupid.
So, well, we just got a nice talkie section. They hunt for American immigrants, though. If you have an English-sounding name, they'll keep you on their list and show up occasionally. That's actually creepy. There were a lot of Mormons in Brazil when you were a kid. Some came from USA. Yeah, they do evangelize, go out to other countries for missionary work a lot. I just always thought their religion was a hard sell for anyone who wasn't living in America, because it's literally all based around America. But then again, I guess all religions are kind of based around a particular geography, you know, like especially the Abrahamic ones. So I guess it's possible that you could, you know, be converted. You're down for polygamy? The Mormons don't do that anymore. Or at least in public they don't. Can't say about any of like the more radical versions of it, you know, living out in the desert somewhere. What have you missed? We've mainly been talking about me, my face, and Mormons. You're a pagan because my ancestors were, and we're a weird bunch. Well, technically, anyone who wasn't Christian was considered a pagan. That was just a word that, you know, Christians came up with, I think, to describe any religion that wasn't, you know, Abrahamic. Like, these pagans, they worship the forest spirits. So a lot of people would be pagans, you know, according to Christian, you know, dogma. Last name is German, but thanks to some fortunate events, including a very popular 90s horror movie series, they still hit me up from sometimes. Gotta get going. Good night. Hey, see you later, gamer. So chat, tell me a story. I do a lot of work to tell you guys stories. Let me hear what's going on with you. What do you want to talk about? You think there were missionaries in Star Wars? I don't know, is there... Outside of the Force, there aren't too many major religions that I know of in Star Wars lore. It's like, usually it's all dedicated... I'm guessing there's probably, like, you know, alien god... You know, certain aliens have their own religions, but none of them are ever gone into big detail or matter. It's like, when you have the Force and you can actually, like, show that it's real, I think you kind of, you know... You've already won the religion argument there. It's like, oh, can your god lift this, you know, this rock up? I can with the Force. Guess who wins that one? Yeah, Jedis were just space Mormons. I would, you know, if I were Mormon, I would totally work Star Wars into it somehow. I am one with Utah. Jar Jar, the Golden Sun. Yo, did Jar Jar die after the whole Episode 3 thing? I can't imagine he lived very long. I've probably asked this question before, and they'll probably be like, he probably didn't. He probably had like a, you know, went back to Naboo and, you know, did something, you know, incredible. I don't know. Star Wars lore is weird. We shouldn't actually get into. We've been talking about Star Wars lore way too much recently. Did I ever get into Red Dead Online? I did not. I had a friend who played a little bit of it, but Red Dead Online was not particularly great. It was kind of an experimental thing that kind of led up to GTA 5. I know I could skip to the destination right now, but hey, I like to chat sometimes, and this is a good opportunity for it. Would I ever play Beat Saber? I have played Beat Saber, I own it. Pretty good. Man, I keep trying to fight these like belches, these big manly belches right now, but I have to swallow them back down. But it's actually a really good game. I'm actually thinking of maybe in preparation for Half-Life Alyx, once I get a new computer that can probably handle streaming and playing VR better, maybe doing some VR streams. There are a couple games coming out soon called Boneworks and, you know, Budget Cuts 2 that look particularly pretty good. The book you've been working on for almost 10 years is looking to get done before the end of the year. Quite proud. Well, man, are you self-publishing it, or are you gonna shop it out to, like, you know, publishing companies? Either way, I wish you luck. Have I thought of playing Switch games? I have played Switch games. I played Astral Chain not too long ago. So I have no compulsion whatsoever about doing that. I can do it anytime I want. You can't stop me. You're so looking forward to Boneworks? Yeah, it looks kind of like a nice prelude to Half-Life Alyx in terms of, you know, in-game VR physics. But, so... that one's definitely one I'm keeping an eye on. But, Half-Life Alyx, I think it might be the big game that finally makes it worth having a VR system. Who knows? Beat Saber and VR dancing. Well, like I said, I definitely wouldn't be using a webcam with a VR game. Nuh-uh, I have pride. Why not repurpose existing computer as a streaming system so you don't overburden the new system with streaming and gaming? Well, that's the thing. That's that's really not that necessary anymore, especially with like newer GPUs, because like on OBS, my NVIDIA card uses the actual hardware inside of it to run the stream and encoding and and recording. It uses the actual NVIDIA encoders, and it takes a lot of the work off of it. But so most of the time, it's not something I even have to worry about. It's only really with VR that it might cause a problem, since you have to have really high frame rates with VR to make it work properly without getting sick, and you're technically making very actually, if you wanted to stream it, you'd have three different. The game would be drawing the view screen 3 times, one for each eye, and then once for the monitor, so it could be like sent to OBS so chat could see it. So that can be pretty taxing. But I'm thinking of building a new computer in the next couple of months, maybe around the Threadripper stuff. You've never played this game. I have ever played Red Dead 2. I didn't like that one very much after 8 hours on it. Is the first one better? If you like a more tighter story that's not quite as bloated and doesn't weigh you down with a lot of excessive stuff, this game is better in that regards. So also I think the story is a little bit better in this one for certain reasons. But there's also a lot to like about Red Dead 2. Black Friday is making its way to Germany. No, resist! Not that shit show. It becomes a shit show though. Once you've seen those sweet deals, you won't be able to resist. A 4K TV for $300, 55-inch? God damn right, I'll punch someone's face in for that. That's the thought that'll enter your brain. You have to resist it at all cost. It's a poison we're spreading across the world. Alright, maybe it is time to skip the destination. I thought they would have a conversation during all that.
Wake up! We're drawing near to Torquemada.
Do I read my comment section? I do. But I can't, I get so many comments I can't possibly read everything. Especially for like comments on older videos. Oh. Oh, I still had the freaking grenades out. That wasn't what Daddy wanted. Give me gun. Who is my favorite god? Do I have one? Can you have a favorite, any god that has never actually done anything for you, is the better question, Chad. Why should I have a favorite god when they've never done anything for me? I think you're asking who is the coolest god at that point.
Follow me. We will leave the wagon here.
¿Y dónde carajo están los otros que necesitamos? ¡Nos van a masacrar con estos pocos!
Rebeldes que tú y tus hombres se habían encargado nos atacaron. Ten cuidado con ese turno de voz.
I don't know, that Bacchus guy, that god of partying, he seemed pretty cool.
Gringo, take that sniper rifle over there.
Yeah, I don't think they called them sniper rifles back in the day.
Por aquí.
Oops. Oh, well, I was taking a lot of damage there.
¡No! ¡Por aquí, imbécil! ¿Por qué no me sigues? ¡Fuego! ¡Anda, el diablo!
Prepare for a long dueling sniper duel. Sniper duel, Snake. I almost said sniper gruel. I think I was shooting a dead body. Oh! Wow, he's glitching out.
¡Vamos! ¡Sígueme al bloqueo!
In the blockade. It'd be nice if it was ever daytime. Then I could see what I'm doing.
¡No les dejen pasar!
I like how shitty the scope's optics are. Well, out of bullets for that. Loki's the best god? I can't accept that. Isn't he bad? How do I feel about The Last of Us? I think you made a video on it, but I think there are a lot of joke sins in it. You don't feel how... I like it generally. I don't think it's the best, you know, the second coming of video game Jesus. It is just... It's a good third-person shooter adventure game, but so are the Uncharted games. I kind of have the same opinion on it that I have with Uncharted. Good game. I had fun with it. But I don't think it's that special. How about Time Splitter games? I've only ever played like the demo of Time Splitters 2.
Move forward into the valley.
But I did like it when I played it. I probably like it a lot better on a PC though, where I had mouse and keyboard support. Yeah, Time Splitters I've always heard, heard it described as a classic, but I can't really give you my opinion on that one. Well, it seemed like they did a good job for me.
There is no time to rest.
Ah, qué placer me da explotando mis armas.
I'm getting good at this.
The valley is clear. Adelante. Muevan por aquí.
The GameCube emulator works very well for the last two Time Splitter games. You mean, well, I can't... Well, I would have to get the Pakistani GameCube version of the titles then. Can't really be emulating games here on Twitch. That's a no-no. Or at least you can't really talk about it, at the very least. So I gotta use the Pakistani GameCube for those.
Damn! Too close!
We have a strap. Kill the snipers. Madre mía.
Dios deal.
Vamos.
It's hard to tell if that's a rock or a dude. Pakistani GameCube. I see someone doesn't know the Pakistani GameCube history. Oh, this gun, this scope is horribly sighted. The bullet is way off. When will it get sponsored by China? You mean TikTok, right? Or Raid Shadow Legends, which is also owned by China. No, China doesn't sponsor directly. They have intermediaries.
Kill somebody!
Sorry, partner.
¿Qué haces? Estoy abierto!
You know, well, these guys keep telling me, demanding me to do all this stuff, but they're killing everyone before I get there.
Avancen al
China #1, China strong. I will definitely start up a TikTok channel though. TikTok sins. I've got ideas, alright? All those dastardly rebels. Oh, this works as a sniper rifle too, apparently. Blinky maneuvers. Why don't you tell us about the Raid Shadow Legends I speak of? Well, if I'm going to talk about Raid Shadow Legends, I kind of would want to be paid for it. No one talks about that game unless they're getting a nice fat payday. When was the last time one of your friends was playing Raid Shadow Legends? Because they honestly liked it. I wonder if all those promos are actually paying off for that developer. It's like, oh yeah, all the Americans, they like our Raid Shadow Legends game. No joke, I should do a Raid Shadow Legends stream. We'll see what all the hub is about the game. Oof, I'm about dead. Eat medicine. I think I've actually seen reviews of Raid Shadow Legends, and it is apparently not a very good game at all. It's just a microtransaction-laden mess, from what I understand of it. Well, I don't get much ammo for that gun. Did I used to do prank phone calls? Where are you getting that from? Did you find a prank channel that sounds like me? No, I can assure you I've never done that. I would find that too cringy. I can't stand to actually, like, watch that kind of stuff be done, so there's no way I could do it myself. Did you know that North Korea is the main manufacturer of counterfeit money for the US? I did. I mean, what else do they produce over there besides sadness? And apparently a lot of drugs, too. Chat, I would like it if my streams could be directly broadcast to the North Korean people so I could bring them some happiness. I think I could do it. I'm the one who can, you know, make the moves to reunite the country. North Korean streamer hype. I would definitely push their, you know, their shitty mobile game in the interest of peace. Memes, Dart. They give us top tier. North Korea, well, I thought you meant North Korea produced their own memes. No, they get memes made about them. And their leaders.
Amigo, ¿qué pasa? A killer like you deserves fine women and wine. The best pleasures Earth can give a man.
I need some information, DeSanta.
All in good time. My man and I will finish our business here and we can talk back guys.
They're having fun.
The next time I see you, I need some
Do
answers.
you think Kojima will make a Death Stranding a series? I think he's kind of done making sequels.
Enjoy life. It's a
I
beautiful
think he wants to get away from doing that anymore. So apparently his next game is going to be a horror game. But Death Stranding felt like a complete game to me from the story and everything, so I don't really... I mean, they stopped the Death Stranding from the last Stranding from happening. Apparently bought humanity a couple 100,000 more years, so I think they kind of won.
Careful, mister.
I'll play a game, gentlemen.
Okay, let's see your bet.
$10
How
bucks.
do you say I owe you
I bet
for
you're
a
gonna end
lounge
up with a
here?
hole in your hand.
Man, times are rough, but this was the best game you could play.
And you didn't even lose a finger.
Whoop.
Sangre, gringo, sangre. Ah,
Basta.
por bloody gringuito.
Dios mío!
Hablando del diablo.
Oh.
Qué lástima. You cut yourself.
Alright, hold on.
Policía Barbarino tiene puños de hierro. Toma.
There we go.
I took it easy on you that time, senor.
This guy's like a champion.
Buenas.
Good, but not good enough.
Mierda. El Policía Barbarino es el ángel de la muerte.
¿Estás loco?
Beat that.
See that coming, did you?
Oh, he did
Be
beat.
someone serious this time.
Send me another one to face my fury. Have I seen Has Been Hotel? I have not. 25 ballers. Uh-oh, shit, they added a new button.
Hola, amigo.
Not bad. That's me winning a little. Do not close your eyes.
Can I do this? I don't know, but probably not without injuring myself horribly. I like my hands. I would not want to, risk them for a $10 bet.
Very nice.
Perhaps poker is more your game.
Shut up, you.
Hola, señor.
Ah.
You're a little too enthusiastic.
I'm losing man points. Failed to impress. Shut up, game. You failed to impress.
Bad day.
Go see Has Been Hotel and hell of a boss.
Why not?
Well, everyone's recommending it. Play your stupid games.
Let's go.
Play your silly games. $10 in this game period would have been $250. Yeah, that'd be a lot of money, but everything else is, still prohibitively expensive anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Not starting a shit show. Has Been Hotel was okay, but the marketing and management behind those two pilots piss you off so much I want to hit Wizzy Pop with a book about time and money handling.
Come on.
So what's this has-been hotel thing about? Everyone's recommending I must see. Are these two shows like one and the same? It's starting to sound that way. Same universe. So they came out at the same time, same series. An animated pilot on YouTube. Oh, okay, then it's easier for me to watch. I thought I was gonna have to subscribe to something. Yeah, I get worried about all the TV, the shows that come out. Well, because it's always a subscription service, and you know that kind of blows sometimes. Like, oh, okay. I'm glad they took me all the way across Mexico for that one. It's a cartoon about Demon Lord's daughter. Wait, like Demon Lords from like the Japanese Isekai stuff? Someone get hit by a train and sent to a fantasy world. Demon Lord's daughter starting a rehabilitation hotel for sinners in hell. It's rude, or so it's funny. Is this like a, just a random YouTuber who came out with it, or is it like a production of some company? Also fucking gorgeous. I'm gonna guess it's probably not the act of a single person then. See, that's the thing. These are pilots, no? A lot of people. There's a bunch of animated stuff that's come out as a pilot, then they got a series and wasn't as good. What's the name of that one thing? It was like a... I forget the name of it now, but it, something about a cat. You know, and it's like really bubbly. Kind of like it had a Steven Universe, animated look to it. Something cat. I forget the name of it, but it was like a, some woman living in an apartment with a cat. A magical cat, and everyone raved over the pilot for that. I know I'm doing a horrible job describing this, but I'm sorry the name eludes me. But I remember that one getting an awesome pilot, then the series came out and it wasn't nearly as good. Bee and Puppy Cat? Yeah, that's it now. So the pilot was great, then they actually got a full episode of it and I didn't like it nearly as much. So be wary, just because something has an awesome pilot, once it gets, the money behind it, sometimes it loses that charm. Steven Universe movie is on right now. I tell you some good internet cartoons, chat. Stuff that came out of the Meth Minute, it was the Meth Minute. Came out of, just like a website years and years ago now. Well, some of it was good. A lot of it was really good, and some of it was forgettable, but there was some good stuff there. I think the website is even still up today. Do I remember Beetleborgs? A little bit. I think I watched it on Saturday morning stuff every once in a while. I think that was one of those shows that was cut together. Hold on a second. From like a Japanese show, wasn't it? Because it felt like it was two shows in one. You had all these monsters in a mansion, and then you had Power Ranger stuff, and it never jived together perfectly. So I'm guessing it was like something like Power Rangers, or they tried to make it like, where they just licensed a Japanese Sentai show, and then they filmed a bunch of stuff with monsters in a mansion for some reason. What do I think when I meet a crazy fangirl? I'll tell you whenever I meet a crazy fangirl. Hasn't happened yet. As in I'm just amazed by this guy stuck on a blade of grass. That is an incredible mime, demonstration of a mime's abilities. Let's help him out. Let's push him through it. No, not gun. There you go. You're free. Shoo. You've been saved. I think he's still stuck. Alright, let me drag you a little away from this horrible place.
Things ain't looking too fine, are they? Let's go.
Just a little ways, just to get you moving. There you go. We just jump-started his car. He's still kind of messed up.
Come on.
Partner. I think you're you're not T-posing, but it's close. Alright, I know how to... I hear a train. The train will definitely help.
I guess I'd say you were in the shit, mister.
He's H-posing. We'll scare this man out of a T-pose.
Just give me a minute.
Porque todo me pasa a mí.
Horse! Oh, horse! Horse, what are you doing? Get your ass over... Horse! I can't run very... Disobedient motherfucker.
Comfortable?
Has the train already passed me by? Do I have to catch up with train? Looks like it's already long gone.
Go.
Or, well, I think he didn't get very far. So this is how JoJo Part 7 looks, is it?
Come on.
God, why did I think of that joke? Okay, the train is very far away now. It ain't worth it anymore. We'll just take this guy back to town and drop him there. Maybe he'll unbreak himself. Oh, wait, never mind. New train. Here. I'm gonna let you you'll respawn in a, no! In a better body. Gotta hurry. God, you're so slow, Marston. You're reminding me of Red Dead 2. Oh! Don't mind me. We fixed him. What the fuck are you shooting at? Such a weird world we live. That guy just killed himself. I think he, like, ran into the... Oh, well. What the hell is going on? We were fixing a broken NPC. We kind of just recycled him, really. Is this on Xbox One? I'm playing it on Xbox One, but it's the Xbox 360 version. It's just, being emulated on the Xbox One. That's the kind of emulation I can actually talk about, since it's Microsoft emulation.
Come on.
Hey, Puff, how are you? Are Instagram models people as well? I would hope so. I've never asked them to take off their mask and show their lizard face yet, so I can't say for certain. Far away am I from my destination? Let's fast travel there with using this, kind sir. What do I think of Poochie restarting JoJo? I never felt it was necessary.
Want a ride, friend? Lo que tú digas. ¿A dónde va, señor?
Waypoint.
Give me the Escalera.
You look
I'm
like
sure you can get a working GameCube on the internet if you look. Well, I already have a working GameCube. It's the Pakistani version. Plays everything I wanted to play, including some PlayStation 2 games. It's amazing technology. I don't know why they didn't release it outside of that region. Yeah, I really love Part 6 JoJo and the characters in it, but I just did not like how it ended at all.
I need to get some rest. Wake me up when we arrive.
Today you talked to the girl from the dollar store. How'd it go? Wait, what? Was that your first time ever talking to her? Yeah, you definitely get to know her first before you ask her out.
Come on! There is room.
Weather report. Well, weather report is a fine stand, especially when he turns everyone into slugs. Okay, where is Desanta at? Right up there. There were a lot of cool stands in Part 6, actually. I especially like the one, even though it was really brief, is this like old Chinese guy who just knows where to stand to make, you know, fate work in his favor. Oh, this is downright horrible.
What's going on here, Captain DeSanta?
Just a little recruitment. Nothing for you to be concerned about.
You boys using women soldiers now?
Our costumes are none of your concern.
Apparently not.
De santo mariconcito, ¿me encontraste algunas chicas? Ay, mamacita, ¿dónde has estado toda mi vida? Ve, mujeres, ay, me gusta.
These two patriots were keen to make your acquaintance, el coronel.
Fantastic, I love patriots. Hey, Sergeant Marston, you here to fight the war? And we shall make a patriot of you yet.
I hope so. Any word of those men?
Oh, yes. I heard they were riding with Reyes. I wanted to talk to you about it. De Santo, hable con él. Tell him what I wanted, huh?
His Excellency, el coronel,
White Snake made up some bullshit abilities. Well, he could really just steal people's memories in their stand. That's it.
Another patriot?
Of knowing that you served Mexico in her fight against forces that would destroy our society.
How much you offering?
20,000 pesos. And information as to the whereabouts.
How much is that in real money?
Okay then.
Mexico loves you, Mr. Martin.
She has a funny way of showing it.
Hopefully they get a publisher. Pilot was good, and they need someone to keep them on track. Oh, wonderful. But hopefully if you're still talking about those cartoons, yeah, hopefully still, you know, they turn out good. I wish them luck. Right, shotgun with the Capitan.
Are you going to ride with me on the wagon? Ándale, a Chuparrosa. Gringo, are you listening to me? Does it seem quiet to you?
I don't know. You tell
It's
me.
the desert.
We have not seen a single rebel
Is this
yet.
Dead 2? No, this is Red Dead 1.
Good thing, wouldn't you?
¡Rebeldes! ¡Mátenlos!
Oh, I should not have gotten off. Fuck. Why did I do that? I thought we were gonna stop there and I was gonna fight from the ground. Never mind. I'm funny sometimes. Oh no, another ambush. That's been happening a lot here in Mexico.
Now on to the next one.
think that sign took most of the bullets for that guy. One of these days, someone's gonna make a Dartigan blooper reel. Well, you can clip them anytime you like and just, you know, but they're already there. You just go in the clips section of my channel and find all the bloopers. That's basically what they are.
That was close. I don't know. This doesn't feel right to me.
We're on our way to escort a train through rebel-held country.
I agree, Brigall. Red Dead 1 is a bit more of a game, while Red Dead 2 is sometimes goes up its own ass with its amount of shit just that trying to be a sim.
I knew I had not seen
Still a good game, but there were times I would just like, just loot the body and give me the stuff. I don't need to see the Sam animation for 30 seconds.
planning a large attack. If these supplies are so important, why have we been given so
The Wii can also play Time Splitters too.
Don't ask me. You're the captain. I thought you were supposed to be fearless.
I am fearless, but not brainless. Something wrong. I feel it.
Maybe you just need to take a piss or something.
The colonel told me that the
They're
Santa
my
had
jewels.
praised my actions at Torquemada and called me a hero. He asked for me to be given this important assignment. Why would he do that? The cabron hates me.
Yeah, but doesn't everybody hate you?
Maybe we should turn back or wait for reinforcements.
If Valende says he knows where Javier Escuela is, we're doing what he asks. I thought you obeyed orders.
I don't like being lied to.
Welcome to my world, Captain.
¡Precaución! ¡Cuidado!
It's another ambush.
Guess I am a gunman. They surely know where I am.
Hello, hello. Well, yeah, they're not doing a very good job setting at the suspense on this one. Damn shame they haven't made another Time Splitters game. Is that developer still around?
Is that our train?
Yes, it seems to be on schedule.
I don't think
At least
they're
something
around
is
anymore, are
right
they?
for us.
I agree. We ain't off to a good start.
You shoot well,
Ooh.
Gringo.
I mean, it actually wouldn't be a bad idea to make a new Time Splitters game. There is like a resurgence of boomer shooters recently.
I still have a bad feeling about this. Tell me.
I mean, you have new games using the old Quake and 3D build engines. Why not?
Javier Escuela.
That is a lot of promises.
Do you know where Escuela is?
You think I am going to tell you that before you have fulfilled your obligations? Do not take me for a fool.
Boomer shooters? You guys haven't heard that term? Like games like
You must understand why we are
Ion
suspicious
Storm,
of
and there's another one called
us
Wrath that
American vigilantes
have come out. They're basically just trying to be old school shooters made for a modern, modern times.
I'm not working
I think
for
Boomer
you.
Shooter suits them
How many
perfectly.
times do I have to say this?
I mean, not dirty good games, not bad at all.
We are exchanging favors.
That's the good part of the Boomer
I ain't
era,
seen many favors come my way yet.
otherwise known as the 90s now apparently.
To recruit gringos to fight for him.
You mean retro? Yeah, but some people are calling them Boomer shooters.
Women, cold,
Since there's old school shooters that people who are like grew up on those games, pine for.
How can any American resist?
I've done everything you've asked.
My parents are baby boomer as well.
Valende doesn't give me Escuela and Williamson after this. I think it's best I go ask the rebels directly.
Is that the threat? The war. You are only alive right now because of me. Here we are at last. Soldados, abordamos el tren.
So is OG Doom a boomer now? Some people would call it that. That's just a term that has come up recently to call like old school games or revival that boomer shooters. Mainly because boomer became a meme. And now boomer just basically means anything that's older than you. That you want to like just say, you're out of touch, boomer. So if you say, I don't like that meme, what? Okay, boomer, it's what it's become.
You recruits can't win a fight like this. I need you to man the Gatling gun.
I ain't the soldier here, Captain.
Do not question me, gringo. Just do as I say.
Well, they gave me a minigun, so use minigun.
Take your position now. I hope you know how to use that gun.
Can't be that hard. Just point and pull the trigger.
Por Dios, we will all be killed.
Don't worry, Captain. I've used one of these before. For a cold-hearted killer, you're an anxious son of a bitch, ain't you?
We have already been ambushed. Our squad is made up of new recruits and the two men that Santa hates the most. I think it is right to be anxious.
Yeah, well, I wasn't exactly expecting a pleasant picnic by the seaside myself.
Does anyone have a good conversation starter to have with a girl from DS? What is, well, like I said, every girl is going to be different. Not everyone's going to have the same. It's not like a mutual thing, like every girl likes the same conversation.
Look! Do you see them?
I do. This is almost too easy. I mean, they're just shooting at a train engine. Once again, I don't think that's a very effective tactic. Wouldn't this gun overheat eventually? I mean, pretty sure that's a thing. But when it comes to talking to girls, actually just... I've always found let them start the conversation first and you'll bring up something they want to talk about. Tends to work. And then you decide from there if it's something you're also interested in talking about. This seems like a really good resistance with the amount of guys they're fielding, but later they won't be nearly as effective. Oh, sorry for lack of actual commentary, having to concentrate here. Getting pretty rugged. What could we possibly be transporting that is worth this many men? Why is everyone saying gold? Or one person saying gold, and I assumed it was everyone. I think I've killed more horses than men. Imagine you're one of these attackers and you're told to assault this train after all that's happened already. The prototype for Coke that had cocaine in it. Oh, that's, yeah, I would like some. Do you have some? Do I think Red Dead 2 had the biggest dick of the decade? They certainly paid for a big dick. That they did. Whether they obtained a big dick, I don't think they really succeeded at it. Their surgery wasn't complete. It was still a pretty impressive dick, but not the biggest. I like this new way of rating a game, by the way. Dick size game review. Yeah, I wonder if that .com is still available. Dick size games. I give this game 4 dicks out of 5.
Here we are. Thank God. We are lucky to be alive. Go to the camp. The base commander will want to speak to you.
Señor Bastón, ven aquí! Come!
Senor Marston, thank you for your efforts.
Dab.
The escort was a success.
At least some of your men survived.
I didn't think to survive myself. My whole life I have dreamed of a glorious death. Vamos! Rapido antes que nos ataquen otra vez. These socialist pigs cannot be allowed to win.
Good news, site is available. Someone actually went and checked and see if GameDickReviews.com is available. New items for now available to purchase from stores. Oh, also, we finished up DeSanta's mission, so now we go work for the rebellion. Just like that. You just started Dark Souls 1, and you just beat the first boss without getting hit. I'm hype as fuck right now. Well, if it's not you said it wasn't your first time playing, so you've already racked up all the experience. Stealthy Moo? How do you stealthy Moo? Okay, we're all the way over here, so... yeah, we got some traveling to do.
Let's go!
Yes, Husky, what would you like to bring my attention to? He's talking to Stealth Guard? I mean, he's talking to Stealth Guard. Oh. Well, you see, sometimes I just assume, chat, I'm the only one who, in all of existence who, is real. And you're all just a figment of my imagination. So I sometimes look over and see a comment and it's like, oh, that must be for me. Who else would it be for? That's my explanation. Yeah, you're all just really advanced chatbots. Chat, I want all of you to make a comment like you're a chatbot, not a real human being. Let's see if I can tell the difference. See if you can drive me into paranoia. Here's a way you can always tell if it's a chatbot. They won't use specific names. They'll say, streamer, how are you today? I'm your lady buddy friend. I live near you 10 miles. I'm Stacy. You know, that one actually does make me feel a bit weird because I do have a friend named Stacy, but she lives a bit further than 10 miles away, I think. So I had to think about that one for a second. Like, what? Yeah, that's a very ascended bot. Does her mom have it going? What kind of question is that? You hear a girl's name and you immediately ask, is her mom a MILF? Chad, what fucking degenerates you? Hey buddy, you were a great click link for a good time. No, you should, if you really want to be a bot, say, hey streamer, I've heard about this great game you should check out called Raid Shadow Legends. Click here for link. $10 of free in-game currency. I am the first stage of degenerating mental illness characterized by paranoia and hallucinations that culminates in unprovoked hostility towards others. Do you want to hear how awesome China is? Yes, tell me how awesome China is. Streamer, have you been drinking water? Yeah, see, there's someone who's been paying attention. Though I don't think, Hydrobot is a thing anymore. Stacy's mom has got it going on. You never heard that song? Who sings it? I probably have, just don't recall it. These days, most of the bots are just emails sending me stuff like, hey, we've changed your Apple settings. Click here to renew it now. Or like, your Netflix subscription is expired. Click here to renew. I'm sure I won't get a virus if I click on this very respectable looking email. I get those like daily. Fountains of Wayne they're the performers of it? I've never heard of them then. Streamer, I'm a blonde woman that lives 5 miles away from you. You know, I do get a lot of Discord bots that are just like wanting to like sell their. Well, they're actually not bots. Some of them are real people. They're girls trying to like sell their streaming thing. Like, hey, I started this new stream that where I do sexy things. Want to check it out? And I'm like, haha, no. Thankfully, they give up real quick. Sometimes I do lead them on, like, hey, how's it going? Just for fun, to see how long I can just waste their time. But eventually, they just like, I'm moving on. Like, if you're gonna try to like grow your camgirl stream, Discord probably ain't the place. Just randos on Discord. Like, but that's way too specific to be a bot. That's a very creepy bot, if so. Was that a donkey? You guys have really gotten into the bot idea. Why did I ever suggest that? What about the streamers who had their channels stolen? Google Mail 2, the quartering was talking about one the other day. I don't know much about that. I've heard of some YouTubers having their channels stolen because they, get caught in a phishing scam. First off, I don't know how you would get caught in a phishing scam for a YouTube channel. That is beyond me. I would never click on anything, just like, hey, sign up for our stuff, like, using your YouTube information to me, just like, no. So, they obviously weren't being too careful if that's the case. But I don't know much about it beyond that. I do know who the quartering is, and holy god, is that guy boring. I mean, leave it to that guy to just steal maybe a 3-minute video into 20 minutes. What's going on, guys? It's Jeremy here. I got something to talk about you today. It's gonna let me just pull up this website and read every single word about it to you very slowly. Yeah. So here's this thing you're gonna be mad at. Oh, I love all of the outrage channels on YouTube. Every single one of them for that reason. They're just so fucking you know, they're trying their best to not, you know, give it away that, hey, I'm just here to make money off your outrage. So, but don't worry, I'm gonna give you the service. And then they always launch it. Also, a lot of them do the Raid Shadow Legend stuff. So Young Ye is just generally boring. But there's but I don't really know if he peddles outrage a lot, but there's a lot of YouTube channels that they're really good at getting the clicks using the outrage. And some of them are just really fucking boring. Isn't there supposed to be a mission here? Come back. God damn it. I hate that so much. 5 a.m. and 2 p.m. That is a weird time frame. Why does the time frame even exist? What time is it right now? Okay, it's... So, I don't have a campfire, so I gotta go save somewhere, then come back. Thank you for calling Yonge boring. He just kind of is. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice dude, but he's just boring. Every single video, I challenge you to go watch one Yonge video, and then point out the differences of how he presents the next video. I don't know. It feels just, I don't know, I just can't watch some of those news update channels. They're just, a lot of them are. I know this is coming to you from someone who originally started his channel out as essentially a blog spam channel for Titanfall. So I know the tricks of the trade. But even I didn't drag my videos out 10 minutes long every single time just for that sweet, sweet YouTube revenue. Because usually when you're reporting on those stories, it would only take a couple minutes. But they gotta so they have to like fill it with all sorts of just boring shit to keep it going so they can, you know, hit the 10-minute mark. And they all suffer from the same problem because of that. You'll have to play more Stardew Valley. Hey, see you later, Puff. Okay, we can go up here and save and get the time, you know, sorted out. But that's one of the reasons I don't really go to, you know, a lot of the political channels on YouTube. They feel a little too manipulative, no matter which politics they're preaching for. No one should really be going to any YouTuber for politics, left or right anyways. We're all a bunch of dumbasses. But we're dumbasses that know how to manipulate an algorithm sometimes. GTA 6 leak video using a GTA 5 mod. A good-looking GTA 5 mod, and it was like 30 minutes long, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot tell what city this is. It's probably one of those EMB mods he used. They basically just make everything really shiny.
Let's go.
No, when it comes to YouTubers, I like YouTubers who make their content no longer than it needs to be, and damn if that means making it shorter than 10 minutes. Fuck it, I don't care, I'll just make less money on it. I appreciate that. Well, news doesn't... boring news? Well, not all news is boring, it's just a lot of the people who present it are just really bad at it. And they're really just kind of exploiting people. And, you know, the story for, like, outrage sometimes. Both sides do it. But it's just... I find them funny. It's just, you can't help but laugh. Any good mythical mornings still going? I think they are. I've never really been into watching them. That's one of those shows that YouTube heavily promotes, and usually the shows YouTube heavily promotes are boring as hell. How many of you watch Will Smith's YouTube channel? I know I'm shitting on a lot of YouTubers right now, and I probably shouldn't because that's, you know, not exactly professional. But hey, it's funny. And people are more than welcome to shit on me. God knows there's plenty you could say. I accept all criticism though, so... come at me. Come on then. Come on then. Square up. You didn't know Will Smith has a YouTube channel? They pay a lot of money to, put that in your face. Plenty of people in Google shitting on me. Mostly in my comments sometimes, but I seem to have avoided mostly, any YouTubers like making, Dartigan exposed kind of stuff. If I get a bit bigger, maybe that'll start happening. That's another reason why I keep a lot of my private life, private, to make their job harder. How you gonna expose me? You don't know nothing about me, chump. So I'm gonna make them work for those expose videos. Yeah, I know about the one the video debunking my Last of Us video. I actually commented on his video and said, "Hey, good job, man." And he pinned it. I was like, I was fine with it. I have no problem with people making fun of me. Why wouldn't you make fun of me? I mean, good God, have you seen the shit I do and say? That's definitely deserving of some scorn. If you can make a good joke at my expense, do it. That's my advice. Okay, it's still not time. It's like midnight. Onision is not all over YouTube. No, Onision is a nuclear reactor just melting down. And people are just, there to watch the flames burn. This is 99% of every news source. They stretch content and go all out. Yeah, they do definitely. They always have to turn it into a 10-minute video because of YouTube. I wish YouTube would change that, so maybe you get better content that doesn't, drag itself out. Yeah, we need, I think, once we get there, it'll be time. Are we talking about gaming sin channels now? Yeah, we talked about that last night, and apparently I'm like the only one really doing anything these days. Everyone else is kind of giving up. I like that. I'm Mr. Game Sense. No, not really. It's actually probably better if there were more people doing stuff. Brings more, people into... Maybe they watch one of their vids, and then they see mine gets recommended. So that's actually kind of sad that the others have kind of dropped out of it. Have I ever talked to CinemaSins? No. Never had any communication with them. I've only ever actually had one single comment with actually Game Care Network back when I first started on one of my videos. So there's never really been any communication between Sin channels that I'm aware of. Competition is good. Competition is good. Just as long as you don't let competition poison your mindset. That's something I've worked to avoid. Like, I like there to be competition, but I'd like to not pay attention to it as well. Because I know how it affects me, and I just can't... If someone's, like, beating me, and I are getting better views than me, I just obsess over it and can't work, appreciate my own accomplishments. I learned that back when I did Titanfall stuff. You should challenge my empire and start your own channel. Alright, Mondin, square up. I'll take you on, mate. What is the name of the video I said expose me? Well, what's not expose, it's just someone criticizing my Last of Us video. I forget the name of it, though. Someone in chat will probably know. But it's just, I think it's called, like, everything wrong with Life is Strange, or something like that. He's done it with, he used to, I think he did, like, a bunch of everything wrong with, he used to, like, mainly focus on CinemaSins, but he did one video on me once. Like I said, it's a fine video. I have no problem with it. Like I said, make fun of me. I like it when people make fun of me. What you have to know about me is I basically spent most of my life trying to get people to laugh with and at me. So it doesn't bother me one bit whatsoever. There's a reason why I have a clown emote. Brigdoll dies after challenging Dartigan to suspicious Now, I haven't had any competition killed yet. I do have a Bitcoin, so I might be able to hire one of those Bitcoin assassins on a, a dark website. Because I live in a society. I'm not the Joker, I'm just, I like making people laugh. One way or another. I learned that back in high school when I was, I didn't really know what to do with my life, and I started making jokes, and it, completely brought me out of my depression. It's like, wow, this is nice. I can make myself feel good by making other people feel good.
Whoa, whoa.
Bitcoin assassins, you never heard about that? There was like some people, there was like assassins that would hire themselves out for Bitcoin. As well as you could buy drugs and everything on like the Silk Road. Not that I ever did any of that.
Pesa mucho.
Está bien, mamá. Está bien.
Señor Marston. Mamá, papá. Este es el gringo que me
Yeah, I know
salvó.
there's some one-off sin videos that other channels have done, but I think I'm the only one left who like does it exclusively and makes a profession out of it.
Great and terrible things. The revolution is coming. The country will be in turmoil once more. This time, we hope it's the last time.
Does that seem likely?
With Abraham Reyes, anything is possible.
Where's your family going?
My parents and my brother are headed to the hills. My sister has to flee. The army have an unfortunate way of
Yeah,
treating women.
Bitcoin these days is more of a store value. I still have my single Bitcoin that I'm holding on to, though.
I'm living in history.
One day,
I'm not
Chad, it's
afraid
gonna
to
buy
die.
me a house.
Your nobility's almost as
How does it feel to have a
effective as
monopoly over game sins on YouTube? Honestly, no different than when I didn't.
I would too.
I know you're not really like that. You saved me.
Luisa, ¿quién va a salvar a Miranda? Tenemos que llevar al puerto. Su barco sale al anochecer. No queda tiempo.
Mr. Marston, can I ask one more favor of you? Can you take my sister to the docks? We are sending her to work for a kind man in the Yucatan. She's too young for revolution.
Okay. Anything I can do to help out?
The boat leaves at sundown. Miranda,
The
vamos.
Yucatan.
Oh, adiós, Miranda. Ten cuidado. Adiós. Te amo. Emilio works as a driver. We will take his stagecoach.
No one ever wants to ride my horse. These models are rough? No, they don't look that bad. This was like last gen, the best last gen had to offer sometimes. Well, there were a few games that looked better, but this was like the best looking open world game. I have a monopoly due to lack of interest. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just like some other channels misunderstood how difficult and time consuming it can be to make this type of content. Usually when it comes to people following like YouTube trends, it's usually much easier trends to make the content on. Like a sin video is actually a whole lot of work. So other people, like, maybe their life situation changes and they just can't keep up with the workflow.
Before I change my mind.
Where am I going? Oh, over there. Get to the docks before sundown. Am I forgetting Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, actually I am. But this game and Grand Theft Auto 5 aren't that dissimilar in the way they look.
¡Paren! ¡Papeles! Este camino está prohibido.
What do they want now? Act normal. It's nothing to worry about.
Te conozco. Eres un
I've seen Red Dead in 4K on the Xbox One. I have not. I mean, uh-oh.
We cannot kill now.
No need to do that when I can shoot. Don't shoot them, she gets mad. Well, she's never gonna be seen again, so it doesn't matter.
Go left. We will have to find another way. Emilio, did you see?
And they really want this girl for some reason.
The army is everywhere looking for rebels. We need to avoid any.
While your horses will follow the road when aiming, they won't necessarily follow the highlighted mount right. Well, then they're bad horses then.
Look, senor, more soldiers. Head right. Head right. ¡Qué demonios!
I'm not getting any Assassin's Creed flashbacks. Probably because I never played Assassin's Creed 3.
Go through this one.
No, I think there was probably an easier way of doing this without drawing so much attention.
More of them, near the train tracks. Head right. We will get back to the main road. Keep going. Faster, senor. We're going to lead them straight to the top.
Whoopsies.
Why have you stopped?
Because I fucking did, lady.
Chasing us. Get rid of them. Por favor.
There we go. The weapon design varies, except in Russia where they always look like AKs. Well, AK is actually almost a national symbol at this point in that country. They're very proud of that gun. Also, a lot of other gun manufacturers across the world just copy the design because it's so easy to make. You know what I want? I want Elon Musk to come up with a gun company now so we can finally get all these futuristic-looking weapons we see in sci-fi. We already get the Cybertruck coming, now we need the Cyber Pistols. I like that there's a man out there trying to make the cyberpunk future come true. In totality. So now we just need, the cyberpunk-looking pistols. That's it, it'll be complete. You ever notice how chunky cyberpunk-looking weapons are? They always got all these additional bits that don't really do anything but make the gun fat. It's like that's the future. Future of guns is thick.
Look, over there. They are still here. Gracias a Dios. We made it in time. Thank you for everything. Will I see you when I return?
Smart guns from Metal Gear Solid 4.
I ain't planning on staying very long.
In some other life, then.
Those technically kind of already exist, but people resist them pretty much.
Travel safely.
They don't use nanotech though. They use like DNA, like a fingerprint scanner, before you can shoot them. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I would definitely consider getting a Cybertruck. I like weird looking stuff, especially something that looks like a straight up a movie. So I would definitely have to force myself not to get it if I really made the decision. I'm like, no, you don't want it, Dartigan, but you do. Which do I prefer, Red Dead 1 or 2? I think I prefer Red Dead 1. Just because it doesn't get in all the sim elements of Red Dead 2 don't get in the way so much. I mean, technically, Elon Musk already made a flamethrower, so what's to stop him from making an actual, gun? It could even be make a battery-operated gun, instead of one using bullets. That's the Elon way. I want daylight, please. Railguns, definitely. Healthy mindset. An environmentally friendly gun. No carbon emissions. When are we going to get guns that insult us for having bad aim? Well, that doesn't sound like it'd be that difficult to make if you really wanted to. If someone really wanted to, I mean. Now, apparently the future of guns is actually in 3D printing. That's like the big innovation for those. So everyone can have a deadly firearm. As long as you got a 3D printer. You like Red Dead 1 a little more for the fact that it actually set in the desert? Desert in games, like a beautiful woman with a sports car. I just can't stay away from it. That got really weird. You're trying to be quite the romantic there, Sam. It's like a beautiful woman. Just can't stay away. Pepe Le Pew Gamer. Never understood why sci-fi authors create laser guns. Because it's sci-fi. It's, you know, something we don't use right now, so hey, that works. And, you know, they'd be definitely inefficient right now, but they always have future technology then that makes them work properly. You're sending us all your energy, Toasty? Hey, I could use some of it. I've been going for almost 3 hours now. Well, 2 hours, I mean. I'm gonna be one of those, you know, content creators that whines and complains about his job all the time. You guys have no idea how difficult it is to edit a Let's Play video. I spend hours and hours a day editing videos. Let me tell you something, Chad. If any Let's Play channel ever talks about how hard it is to edit Let's Play videos, that person is a fucking liar. I have edited Let's Play videos, and it is so goddamn simple it takes minutes. It's almost drag and drop. You just select an end and stop point. And maybe cut a few boring sections out, and that's it. I can make from beginning to end, I could do it in minutes. So I always love it when I hear that complaint. That's so hard. Well, this has just turned into shit on YouTuber's stream for some reason. Apparently I got a lot of things, you know, issues to work out. That one soldier is going to be really surprised when a random laser comes from the enemy side and blasts their buddy. Well, the biggest problem I have with lasers is they always give away your position, so you can't really remain hidden. Like, a bullet, you can't really see that flying unless it's like night and it's a tracer round. But a laser, like, yeah, he came from over on that side of the hill. You, being a Let's Play channel yourself, you can agree with that statement, yeah. I just roll my eyes when there are some legitimate, like, I know I just said that, now I'm going to say the opposite, like, my shit, now that's hard to edit. I've even showed off some of my editing timelines. And it's like thousands of little pieces here and there put together on multiple, you know, layers. Now that's a difficult editing project, not to toot my own horn or anything. But a Let's Play, I'm sorry buddy, but there, maybe having maybe you had to record it multiple times to get your commentary right. That might have taken time. But not the editing aspect. Need Papa Dart's energy for a date tonight. Please send. Oh, there's probably better dating energy than me, though. Hypocrite? Yeah, I probably am being a hypocrite.
Oh, Mr. Marston. Mr. Marston.
What's wrong, Louisa?
I don't wait for myself, but for my country. Abram Reyes has been captured.
He has?
He was coming to meet me at Roca Madera. It's a very romantic spot. It was a beautiful night, yet he was ambushed by patrol. My heart is breaking, but I cry for Mexico.
Where's he being held?
El Presidio. You know, in our hearts we are married already, but his family do not approve. How could they, when I'm little more than a peasant girl? But that's what makes Abram the man he is. He doesn't care for their bourgeois, snobbery, or elitism. He sees the real me. The woman.
I'm sure.
So romantic.
I'm going to go and rescue him or die trying.
Oh, whoa. I don't think that's such a good idea.
No, he sounds dreamy. I'll do it.
Near the jail.
I want him for myself.
Figure out how to rescue him.
Lack of recoil and lack of resistance of the projectiles. Yeah, they definitely save on weight.
So everyone keeps informing me.
I always like the way Mass Effect explain their futuristic weapons. They just shoot out little grains of sand that are accelerated to very extreme speeds. So they're still lethal, but you can carry just like nearly an infinite amount of ammo. Yeah, atmosphere would have a massive effect on lasers, so that's one of the reasons they don't work very well as a long-distance weapon. Though, I think their military is planning to use them to shoot down, like, missiles and drones, though. So that wouldn't be good for, like, handheld weaponry, though. So what was the retcon they used for having ammo? I forget now, actually, but they changed it eventually. But in Mass Effect 1, that's how they explained it. Off to bed. See you later, Scoop Dog. Ugh. Replaceable heat sinks, that's right. Ugh. Let's use this moment of traveling to get our streamer energy back. Let's do our streamer stretches, everyone. Streamer stretches are basically just dabs that you have to put a lot of effort into. Gotta feel those muscles stretch. We'll be back. Well, you're more than welcome, Scoop Dog. Glad to have you as part of the chat. Lasers, the thing about lasers is that they have to burn through something, so they have to be really hot. And also, that means if they're not, you have to hold them for a while, so there's just no real advantage over a short-range weaponry, over a soldier's handheld weapon, than over a bullet. I mean, it's simple physics. A metal object with some mass accelerated to a very high speed is going to do damage no matter what it hits. Whereas a energy beam or a laser, that's just light, and it has to, like, be really hot, and takes a lot of energy to heat something up. So yeah, good old bullets are perfectly fine. Never have to worry about them. That being said, when it comes to bullets, I do like, some of that, flechetta rounds. Those are the futuristic weapon. Those are, they're really not, but they're still cool. Those are actually outlawed, I think, are they? Flechetta rounds? That's kind of like the next generation bullet that way, like, oh, that's too deadly. This is now a gun chat. But who are we all kidding? We're not the ones gonna be killing anything. It's gonna be drones and robots. Did you see that I saw it actually just recently that Boston Dynamics, those guys who make all the YouTube robot videos, there's a police station now using the dog robot as part of its bomb squad. Future's here yet. It's like it's coming. Wouldn't be surprised. You know, I think the UN complained about it, so they're like most, you know, civilized countries don't use flechettas. John Wick gonna kill over robot dogs now? Hey, if Boston Dynamics sends him one, possibly. Are there gonna be more John Wick movies, or is that series done now? Think about writing a mock history about a world in a fantasy setting, but it's set in the 1950s, where the Elven homeland is ruled by a communist dictatorship. Humans are divided in multiple nation-states, and the orcs united in militaristic oligarchy. It's an interesting premise. It reminds me a bit of that RPG, that's sort of like that, where they mix cyberpunk and Tolkien fantasy. Only you're going for like a Cold War setting of it, so it's not bad, actually. Shadowrun is the game I'm thinking of. Shadowrun is the game that sets, you know, combines, yeah, cyberpunk and Tolkien. So, making Cold War and Tolkien work, that could be interesting if you can execute it well. So, not a bad prompt. You might have an idea there. Though it'd probably be better for like an actual game setting for like a game board than an actual book, maybe. I think that's what Shadowrun started out as, is like just a tabletop game. They have another trilogy and a TV show planned for Wick. You know, I mean, Keanu is... Keanu, I know the meme is Keanu doesn't age, but is he going to be able to keep that up for like another 10 years? He's already 55. I guess we're going to test the theory that he's a vampire. Alright. I guess we can go ahead and skip the destination now that we've talked ourselves up.
It is not far now. Are you ready?
I'll be ready. You know, there's already theory starting that Keanu will star in Kojima's next game because Keanu went to visit Kojima's studio not too long ago. And since he wasn't in Death Stranding, people are already saying, I bet Keanu is the main character of the next Kojima game.
You should be able to scramble over it. Hurry, but please be careful. There are guards everywhere. If they see you, they will kill you both.
Well, if he's alive, I'll try to make sure he stays that way.
Who dies first, Keanu or Queen Elizabeth? Oof.
Bring Abraham there.
You know, I don't know. How old is Queen Elizabeth now? She's in her 90s, right? She's a spry woman for her age. El Presidio, 91. She's like the longest reigning monarch in history, isn't she now, at this point? Or at least in UK. Get to a sniping position. It's all the baby she eats. Is that the royal secret? I think she's remaining alive because no one wants her son to be king. You're gonna lose a lot of respect once Charles takes over. Is there an elephant down there?
Pagarás por tu traición, Abraham Reyes. Eres la escoria de la sociedad.
Ooh, taking some bullets. Oh, you. Yeah, Widowmaker I am not. They are devil worshippers, that's why they don't age. Who is a devil worshipper? Who sullies my good... Oh, I mean, never mind. Right in the dick. What is this jackass at? Do I prefer this weapon system or the one in Red Dead 2? And when it comes to the combat, I actually prefer Red Dead 2. By a lot. I'm like, my nose is trying to sneeze right now, but it won't come out. It's like the worst feeling. It's like, why does your body resist the sneeze?
Hurry, my friend, set me free.
Hold up, I'm looting the dead.
Victoria! Now please cut me free, senor.
If my book takes off, I will send you a free copy. Oh, well, thank you, Musical. Apparently we have a lot of writers in chat tonight. Sorry you're late. Hey, let's in. How goes the Red Dead 1? It's one of your all-time favorite games. Doing pretty good so far.
Luisa sent me. We have to meet her by the river.
There was a moment in time, even if you killed everyone, he would still die if you took too long getting to him. Am I enjoying it? Yeah, I played the game years ago, and I still like it to this day.
Quick, find us a horse. You will have to ride. I am too weak.
I like this guy. Turns out to be just a phenomenal piece of shit. I don't know why I like shitty people so much in video games, but I often do. Oh, I guess it wants me to use this particular horse out here. My horse looks on in jealousy. Oh, I see. You called me over to show me your new girl, huh? Is anyone willing to help fund your barely off-the-ground RPG idea? Well, you can take that one to Indiegogo and see, come up with some concept art and, your gameplay ideas for it. Then see how people, treat it. Like, what am I trying to say? Surprisingly, the desktop gaming stuff works really well for stuff like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Like some of the big, most successful crowdfunding comes from those games. So if you really believe in that idea, you should check and see if that works. Come up with your gameplay elements, the lore, the world, and do some concepts. This is a speedy horse. Yeah, but they're not catching me. You see how fast this is going? This is a true stallion. Champions are made from this horse's body. Well, will be in the future.
What is your name, my friend? John Marston. No, the American who was working for Allende. I ain't working for nobody. I'm here because Luisa asked for my help. As I thought you were a
This part of the game is a bit weird that you can just go from working for DeSanta to the rebels and no one really cares.
How do you know my young lover, Laura? It's Luisa. I saved her life not so long.
Oh, there's a hint right there. What a piece of shit he is right there.
You will be rewarded. Money, women, Luisa if you want her. I'm here for 2 men, and that's it. You have been spending too much time with Captain De Santa. Very funny. Not like that. I'll explain later.
This has filled me with hope. Now I need to gather a group of people to help make your idea a reality. Well, I'm pushing for you, man. Like I said, if you actually do think it's a good idea and it's something you want to pursue, go for it. You never know. People are really into that tabletop stuff. There's even a tabletop section on my Discord, so you can throw your ideas around there too if you like.
There she is. I remember her now.
But maybe familiarize yourself with tabletop gaming and how that works, and then come up, go from there. Oh, we gotta return to Louisa. I just passed Louisa up. You still want an open world Monster Hunter game where you drive around from point to point in a giant tank and pick up bounties from various towns around the world. I was gonna say, there is a monster hunting game that's sort of like that, but it's just called Monster Hunter. No tanks, though.
Mr. Marston,
Oi!
the revolution was won thanks to you.
Yes, indeed, John. You are as a brother to me. And my people need a man such as you to help our cause. My ranch is in Agave Viejo, and let me say, my brother, that we await you.
Well, Best of luck to both of you, but I need to find 2 men so I can return to America.
No problem. I will help you find those men. And in return, you will win a people her freedom.
Viva Mexico!
¿A dónde tú vas, bella? ¿Eh? Bye, John. Vente conmigo. Tú sabes que en esta luz...
Someone was asking for advice on how to talk to girls earlier. This guy clearly knows the way.
Laura, dame la fuerza para luchar.
This is the longest you've seen daytime in my playthrough? Yeah, it doesn't last long. Okay, we're back to working for DeSanta now that we rescued him. That doesn't seem odd at all. Horse, I know you're mad, but come on. What are we talking about, chat? You're sad to say you've been working on an original story for 3 years now, and the best I've got is concept art that's outdated. Oh, well, world building ain't easy. I know, I've tried it myself. I once, had an idea for a story that I'm never going to use this idea, so I'll just go ahead and say it. I even came up with the title. It was called Lucifer's Snow. It's going to be about a bunch of humans, because it's really corny now to me, but humans were had to leave Earth because of a Lovecraftian God just descended upon Earth and it was unlivable. It just drove everyone mad. So they, everyone had to become a refugee and live in what is essentially hell. So yeah, Earth was so bad, hell was preferable. But the way I was trying to make it work is that hell was actually more benign. It was just human bias made they get visions of it and they just work that into their Christian mythos. And hell, though there was a lot of weird shit in this other this other place, but the way I thought about it was humans could adapt to live anywhere, so what if they had to force to adapt to live in something like that? So that was the primary idea behind it. And the main character was called Lucifer Snow, but he wasn't the Lucifer. That's a fucking sick. Now, I was actually really proud of the name. Yeah, he spelled the Lucifer with a backwards L too for some reason. I never figured out why he did, but I just knew that he did. Sometimes I get weird ideas about characters like that. I know they do something, but I don't know the reason why they do it. I never could figure out what the actual plot was going to be, so I spent all my time on world building. Doesn't have much sting. Oh, you're talking about Daniel. You'll make a map marker so I know where I'm going. Hey, Con the Don, how are you? Does anyone know any concept artists? You can go on Fiverr and find all sorts of artists for any type of project. There's plenty of websites where people offer their services for that kind of stuff. Fiverr's one of them. There's a few others. I found my emote artist by going online. You really want to see that vid of someone shitting on me, don't you, Syndra? I want to see what they say. Make sure you look in the comments, scroll down, you'll see me there. And I'm hey, good job. Yeah, I think that's the only video that someone's made shitting on me that I'm aware of. Though there might be one or two more, but that's the only major one I know of. Adventure recovering a magical artifact and more or less revive the lost art of magical summoning. I only had the bare bones of what my Lucifer Snow thing was going to be about, and it was I also had a character in it called Spinner Crow, who was just a guy who had a crow for a head. It just like he was like a human body with a crow perched on his head, and that that would talk to people. And he was like supposed to be like he's almost like a G-Man like character somewhat. But and there was also like humans who would venture from hell back to Earth to like reclaim lost movies. Literally, they would go back to get like movies and old DVDs they would find on Earth because that was considered really valuable. For some reason, pop culture references were going to be a big thing in the story. Like the main character, Lucifer, was constantly talking about movies and stuff, parts of his collection. And there was like this group of people that would risk going back to the Lovecraftian hell, the Lovecraftian nightmare that was Earth, just to like get DVDs and movies and bring them back to hell. I invented BoJack Horseman then. Apparently so, years before it was ever created. Well, world building can be fun. I always liked world building more than writing the actual story, but I never could actually piece it all together. So it's just a fragment of a bunch of ideas and names. I did have an idea for. I started actually thinking of it more of as a graphic novel than than a written book. So maybe it would have worked better as that, like a piecemeal story. Like I had an idea for an episode where like zombies would be treated like the common flu in hell because it's hell. So when a zombie outbreak happens, it's not even a big deal. It's like, oh, it's that time of the year, I guess. I'm gonna pitch this idea to What? Did I? Huh? Did I ride my horse to death? I think I rode my horse to death. I didn't even know you could do that. Well, I guess we'll skin our old pal then. What happened? My horse just randomly died. I didn't see a snake bite it. Oh. Oh, you served us well for a while, I guess. Oh. Horse number 2, your turn. You see this? This is what happened to the last horse. It didn't do what I told it to do. We made an example of it. You're eating sand, by the way, horse. You're not exactly a bright one, are you?
Let's go. I'm so sorry, sir.
Holy crap, your voice was much higher in my Last of Us videos. That's a different microphone and different, voice editing I used. I don't use hardly any voice editing anymore, so it's just my natural voice. But I used to, like, pitch it up a bit more, because I thought people wouldn't want to hear my monotone. So, the early days of that, I was still doing that. Also, Mike, thank you for the 100 big moo hugs. Oh, I guess I had to load.
Your milestone! Good news, good news. The Coronel himself wants to speak to you. Come. Dámelo! Dámelo! Besito! Besito! Don't be so conventional. Look at that ass, huh? Magnificent. That's savor for
I couldn't really tell. It's in a skirt.
And all her family. They're probably rebels anyway, huh? Anyways, it's good to see you, amigo. Good to see you. You know, you are a rare find. A gringo who is also a friend of our country. Bienvenido. We welcome you.
Okay.
Relax, relax. I have some wonderful news for you. Quite wonderful, in fact. You know the men you hunt? They have been captured in Chuparosa. I want you and De Santa to ride out there, and then you can take possession of them. It is my gift to you. for all your help, senor. Although part of me wishes that you would remain here and enjoy more of our hospitality, huh?
Thank you. If it's all the same, I'd like to collect them in. I have a wife and son at home whom I miss.
Ah, don't we all, amigo? Don't we all? The Santa, I want you to take care of Senor Marston. Vámonos, cabrón, go! Adelante! Mi amor! Mi amor!
That's what we call evil horny.
Wagon has already been prepared.
When you're like your alignment is evil horny. It's not exactly a good D&D class.
What are you waiting for?
Aren't tumbleweeds considered like a an invasive species in America? Or actually all of North America?
This is very good news, my friend. And I say the Colonel will find these men for you.
For your sake, you best be telling the truth.
You have my word.
After that trick you pulled on me with the
What would my
munitions
alignment
train,
be? Since
I
I'm
ain't sure
monotone,
that'd
I'd
be
probably
very
have to be like neutral.
You have Espinosa to blame for that. Come now, John. After everything we've been through.
But I think I'd go on the side of justice, point out all the sins of everything. Shit, I don't know. I'd be chaotically evil, just for the hell of it. I want to be surprising. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of crazy. I know my voice doesn't betray it, but hey, is what it is.
You're so tense all the time. Come, let's have some fun. A little competition with my
I'd be
soldiers.
terrible at revealing my evil plan to someone. I'd do it in such a blaze manner. Oh yeah, turns out I kind of killed your dad. Sorry about that. That's life. Sucks. But hey, what are you gonna do?
$25. Carlitos, tú primero.
No tienes ninguna posibilidad. Soy el mejor tirador en todo Nuevo Paraíso.
What are you shooting at, you idiot?
I guess it beats getting a real job.
You know, if you were less secretive, people might be more inclined to trust you.
Are you married? Or do you rape young girls like the colonel?
No, I could never touch a woman like that. It's not my way.
Hint, hint, hint.
He's the leader.
My wife and child have been taken from me. That's why I have to find these men.
I can sympathize with you, Senor Marston. I'm married to my country. These rebel traitors, they're trying to take it from me. No, I never took a wife. Like my mother, or a destructive one.
No, if I were gonna be evil, I would actually aim for Sagat from the the Street Fighter movie. He was true neutrally evil. I think that's one of the best representations of a villain you can possibly have. That's who I would aim for. You came here expecting a man, but found a god? I might need to rewatch that movie at some point. Really, when I say watch that movie, I mean just watch the scenes with, that don't involve Jean-Claude Van Damme. The worst part of the film. Yep, I guess we'll just go ahead and skip the destination then. They're not gonna talk any.
Are you giving up already?
Bitter Chuparosa.
Here we are. Go, my friend. They're in the church.
This doesn't sound like it's gonna be that easy.
Right behind you.
Confront Williams and Escuela in the church.
This is it. Moment of truth.
Why are they in the church?
It is a good place as any to judge a man. Wouldn't you say?
Are they armed?
No, they're prisoners. Take a deep breath. Calm yourself. It would be like lambs to the slaughter.
Yeah, I don't think they're the one that's the lamb going to the slaughter here. I sense a setup. John, you are being incredibly naive. You should know better than this.
Mr. Marston. Gracias. For service to this land.
This is a man who's been betrayed by Dutch and everyone else in the gang, and he couldn't see this obvious thing coming. He never learns.
Marston! Hey! Marston! You have betrayed this land enough. I hope you have a clear conscience, because you're about to meet God.
My brother! They will kill you if we don't get your ropes off!
I wonder if anyone in his organization is going to talk about all the, rebels I killed. I mean, I've been killing a lot of these dudes. I guess I didn't leave enough of them alive. You're learning Latin, watching me stream, and talking to you. Can't be more happy. That is a lot of multitasking.
I guess we're even then.
Oh, they left all my guns. Oh, I don't have any weapons. Okay, dynamite then. Any day now. Alright, more dynamite then. Boom, more boom. Did that really not get that guy? Wow, that thing is useless. Oh, that's new. Wait, a mission that you don't use your gun? What? Well, you don't have to. You can always. Oh, you can always use the dynamite and everything else you have. I just haven't been using it very much. Oh, I was friends with that big fat dude. Damn him. We fought together on the train.
My brothers! Today, we have proven that the days of this evil regime are numbered. Soon, we shall be free.
Why do I want this guy to be voiced by Liquid Ocelot?
Noble republic, justly ruled by fine men. But, el trabajo, the job is not done. Our struggle is not over.
I might go back to Greedfall at some point, but I didn't feel like playing it tonight.
Until local tyrants like Allende are no more. And him and all his dogs are brought to the sword. We shall be free. This time things shall be different for every man and woman in this land. And one day,
Sounds like he's winging it, doesn't he?
Allende will know justice.
He's a bro revolutionary.
We are all free! Let us make it so! Viva la revolución! Viva México! 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 México!
I feel like I'm at a soccer match, actually. You have a great night, Daniel. Have a good one. Alright, we have 2 missions we can do for Rays. And well, I know there was another one on there somewhere, but I don't oh, her again. Hers is probably limited by time, so we probably need to sleep first. Or did you break your arm? Marston, you're walking funny. Sometimes the animations just jank out for a minute. Okay, what time is it? It is early morning still. Good. Latin evolves into like 5 other languages. More than that, actually. But any of the current Romance languages came from Latin. I'm curious why anyone's actually learning Latin for. What do you use that for in any career? Me personally, I would put on puppet shows solely in Latin. It'd be thrilling. I think we should go do go to hers. Hers is closer. Latin is interesting. The thing about Latin, no one can actually tell you if you're pronouncing it wrong because it's a dead language with no native speakers. So it's really just our best guess of how that pronunciation worked. It's like, we think this is how Latin is supposed to sound. I still don't know if I rode my horse to death last time. I didn't know you could even do that. I guess you do have to feed it, I just wasn't paying attention. Try it again? Well, I only have so many horses in stock. You learn language and try to talk to trees. Tree bed, where are we going? Takes a very long time to say anything in Intish. Good morning, young guy. How are you? Let's just talk about Latin. Someone in chat was talking about they were learning to speak Latin while watching the stream. And then it sprung from that. We talked to a tree last night. It said, "Stop cutting us down." You know, I honestly think trees would honestly just be massive dicks if they could speak. Because they're always trying to kill each other by growing taller than the trees around them. If trees could talk, they would speak of nothing but genocide.
Slow down.
A vet once offered to teach you Latin so you could code my programs in Latin to confuse people. Oh yeah, that would just ensure you never get hired to be a coder. Plants are assholes. They always try to kill each other by growing taller and blocking the sun from each other. That's how it works. Nature.
Hey, señor.
Hey, we don't want this to turn into a Kojima game. You put that back.
You want trouble, friend?
Manos arriba. Mántelas. Tranquilo. Tranquilo, amigo. Tranquilo. Ya lo tengo. Muévese,
Lose
cabrón.
one weapon in a cutscene means you lose all your weapons. Only took my knife and my pistol.
Muévese.
El mundo es muy difícil. Tenemos que jugarlo bien. Ah, Mr. Marston, I knew you would come.
Thanks for the welcoming committee.
I'm sorry, we cannot be too careful. The world is very dangerous.
Especially when you greet it with a gun.
Please.
Teach me your
Mr.
ways.
Marston, my father was killed yesterday. The army found him and accused him of treason. They cut out his heart and fed it to their dogs. Allende did this. Then he took the honor of 2 young girls.
I'm sorry to hear that, Luisa.
My father must not die in vain. His death must mean something.
It'll mean that war is brutal and unnecessary and good people die. And that's all it will mean.
That is not enough.
Well, you know I'll do whatever I can, but I have problems of my own.
We all have problems. This is about the people. My father died for his people. For these men and for
Don't
millions
sound too
like them,
heartbroken
that they
over it,
may
huh?
be
Yeah,
free.
she got over that death of her father
While there
quick.
are guns,
She cried a river of
money,
tears over her
there won't
boyfriend,
be
though,
any freedom, Luisa.
when she thought he was gonna die.
Marston, the movement is on the brink of great victory. Allende knows this and has sent for reinforcements. Abraham Reyes asked personally that you stop them reaching Escalera.
Seduce her. Unfortunately,
coming by the
Marston's a
old
married
trail.
man.
You must
No
ambush
romance options.
I have my own family to worry about.
Mr. Marston, I have lost my father. My mother is in the United States. My sister has fled. I have no family. Just because. Please. Good actions make you a good man.
Then I'm doomed.
I guess the title of the game is Red
But I
Dead
will help
Redemption.
you, out of respect for your loss.
Thank you, Mr. Marston. Thank you.
Imagine if you could seduce Dutch.
Come on, the army convoy
I just
is already
imagined
on
it,
its way.
and the game is worse off because of it. I'm sorry, but Arthur, I told you I had a plan.
You can ride with me on the
Dutch.
wagon or follow on your horse.
Dutch, I never knew. Oh no, no, Dartigan, bad Dartigan. Let's not make that fan fiction reality.
Sorry about your father.
His death must not be
There's
in
already
vain.
a
Now
big
we
piece
shall
of
fight
entertainment
with
about gay
heart and
cowboys,
power for
after all.
Abraham.
I admire.
Oh, for God's sakes, I hate Xbox One controllers and their janky-ass battery loading bay.
Your devotion.
He is a true revolutionary, a man who puts the needs of others before
Arthur,
his
just
own.
one more
A man
date
who
and I'll be
fights
all
for blood
yours. I
rather than
swear.
hate.
We'll move away,
Surrender.
buy some land.
About the battle at Chuparosa, how he killed nearly 100 soldiers.
I
to
don't
save
even
his
need all
life.
those dancing Tahiti girls, Arthur. I just need you.
Sure of that.
Can I trust you, Mr. Marston?
In what way?
You have done so much for me and my family, but I still can't forgive you for helping Allende, for what you did to the rebels.
I'm here for 2 men. That's it. Not to take sides.
Use batteries and they seem to last way longer than a PS4 controller, and that's probably just me.
You make a choice by not making a choice.
I don't know.
you know.
Depends on the type of battery you're using.
I saw him do bad things.
But the thing is, I can just plug a PS4 controller in and boom, recharge. Batteries disposed.
One day I will cut his heart out.
But me, you, him, we're all shooting people. Don't really seem like we're so very different.
The
Arthur on
difference is
Brokeback
why,
Mountain.
Mr. Marston.
Please stop giving more ideas. Well, this has been a story prompt stream, so I might as well do some gay fiction.
What they're shooting for, and just enjoy killing for its own sake.
You Americans forget too quickly. That is the problem. If it wasn't for your revolution, you would still be making tea for the English.
At least we knew where we stood. It's more difficult to understand.
Arthur, all you do is talk about plans. When are you gonna act?
We fought off the Spanish. We fought
Actually, you got your ass handed to you by America, but hey, I don't blame you.
At least you're
It
keeping
was not a good time.
It will end when Abraham takes control. When the Spanish left, we renamed this province Nuevo Paraíso, New Paradise. One day, it will live up to its name.
Arthur, will you be this old cowpoke's partner one last time?
Why do you doubt our revolution so much, Mr. Marston?
I guess I can't pretend to understand.
Liddy!
But you
Liddy, you're looking pretty good, Liddy.
I ain't got much
Oh,
faith.
there's something wrong with me.
That is exactly why we must continue to fight for change.
Nothing ever really changed.
I mean, he did see Lenny as a woman at one point during that blackout.
No doubt. I once believed it was possible to make
Possible.
a difference. The men I'm chasing, they did too. That if we spilled enough blood, we could change the way
Revolutions are always won with blood.
Ugh.
after the fighting's done.
Freedom.
Super yawn.
Free.
Be honest with yourself, and you
What
will
about
be
the
free.
money, Dutch?
That must be what I've been getting wrong all these years.
Never cared about the money. Oh, there are many things wrong with me, and us as well. Yeah, we're all a bunch of freaks. I understand that.
Thank you again for helping my mother and Miranda to escape.
Arthur, get up here on my horse.
Father as well.
Ride behind me. No, don't take yours.
They know nothing
Mine.
of my father's death.
Hold
They
on
feel
tight.
terrible, but it isn't safe
It's all
for
part of
them
the
here.
plan, Arthur.
After we win, they can return to a new Mexico.
Have you? We met Dutch in this game yet? No, he's he comes after this Mexico section.
Emilio too. We are a close family. Do you have children, Mr. Marston?
I have a son at home and a daughter.
When the
at
writing is so boring, we need to write gay cowboy fan fiction about Red Dead 2 to stay
He's
entertained.
not much younger than you, but I don't know. He's still young.
You installed D batteries into a makeshift baby on the Xbox 360 controller. Well, man, why do I keep yawning? I'm not that sleepy.
Jack Marston. I ain't been much of a father.
If I've never played a Souls game, you can still talk shit about it?
The army
Well,
convoy will
I
be
suppose,
coming
but
from
your
the east.
shit talk won't really mean anything to someone who has played it.
No, destroy them and kill everyone. Abraham wants to send a message. You have experience with explosives.
You guys are calling this game boring?
Been a long time.
Good.
You guys don't have it. You guys don't appreciate
My
taste.
men are waiting there for us. They will also need your help setting up the dynamite.
I'll do my best.
We will do this for my father, Don. There they are.
It's a fine game. Good game.
These men will help you rig dynamite on the road. Please tell them where to place it.
That horse
I'll be
looks like it's
waiting up
about to
above,
die.
Watching for the wagons.
Okay, follow me, gentlemen.
Vamos. Tell us where to place it.
Do I really need to direct where to, put dynamite on a bridge? The supports. It's not that hard.
Hurry! Don't have much time. Go back. We must finish this.
Oh, the one in the road. Never mind.
Very one right here. And here. This is good.
Setting a trap, I see.
Here's good. Set the last one here.
Go meet Luisa at the detonator. We will handle the rest.
Probably could have done that better now that I look at it. K-Coin or Polnareff? Oh, Kakyoin or Polnareff. Oh, you're asking a JoJo question. That's from the most recent season, right? I never really paid much attention to that, everything after season 3 until 6. Oh no, that is from season 3, never mind. I'm gonna go with Polnareff. I like the guy because he was the one with the sword fighter stand, wasn't he? Take dynamite.
Every time Allende hits us, we hit him back harder.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. He killed, actually, yeah, I remember his fight with, Vanilla Ice was really damn good. Then he got his ass kicked by Dio, by literally Dio, like, freezing time and then moving him down some stairs. Start with the first one. Oops, you gotta hold that button, huh? You're walking right into my trap. Killing everyone is what I'm doing. Oh, she made that sound like I screwed that up, but it went flawlessly.
Thank you, Mr. Marston.
What are you doing? Me, oh me! Oh, they're all dead. You did a good job, Marston.
I hope it was worth it.
I must return to Campo Mirada. Meet me there when you can. I will do my best to return the favor.
Didn't know what she was talking about. My guy's talking me up a lot right there. I'm not that badass because I talk about video games. Yeah, when I introduce people to myself, when I introduce myself to people in the life, like, excuse me, I talk about video games. That's right. Show respect. Dartigan, so close it's forcing you to grab an 80 GB file of all the JoJo content and binge watch it. That's not a bad show. If you want to save some space, you can just read the manga. So it takes a lot less time as well.
Let's go.
Like, I haven't actually watched the anime. I've only, like, focused on the manga. I don't have time to watch all that anime shit. I can, in the time it takes to watch through the every season of anime, I could have already read every manga arc of JoJo. As someone who has helped skin an animal before, I'm so glad it's easy in this game. Yeah, the thing they don't tell you in games about skinning an animal is how much it stinks. I've been around a deer while it's being skinned. It is, like, just, wow, that is rancid smell. The music? Well, you can always, turn on the YouTube soundtrack if you want to listen to the music. Meme osmosis? We've talked about meme osmosis before. Like, I don't know anything about... I've never played a single game, digital or tabletop, of Warhammer 40k, but I know so much about it through just, hearing about it and seeing memes. Hey, later, GMC. It's a weird way of learning about stuff, but meme osmosis seems real. If a subject gets memed enough, that is. In the manga, you can't hear Dio yell all of his iconic lines, but you can see the iconic meme image that everyone, Dio's, memes with Dio. Oh, you're coming at me? You're not walking away? How many of you have watched the original JoJo anime that from like the 80s with completely different set of voice actors? It's Dio sounds like a really old man because I think he actually was being voice acted by a real old man. What about the thing where David Production does the color shift thing? I do like the sound effects for the world. It's just ear rape. It's like the world of it's like nice, spicy. And then in part 7, Dio turns into dinosaurs. After that, weird, huh? Dinosaurs on motorcycles. Yeah, did you ever Chad, have you ever noticed how much smaller JoJo characters are than after part 3? Like, it's like, you know, the guy was like, you know what? I'm sick of all these gigantic dudes. Let's make them all girly looking. So everyone got a great deal smaller. It's like, what happened to the JoJo bloodline? Everyone used to be huge. You thought the NPC said yari yari? I did too. Actually, you know, I was about to comment on that. Because we were talking about JoJo. Yari yari da ze. Yeah, the art style for the first 3 acts of JoJo were clearly North Star influenced, but afterwards he like made everyone more like, you know, a fashion model and much thinner.
Come, we must stop him and finally kill that vermin and all of Allende's other followers.
You know, I like murder. I'll go with you.
Maybe the Santa can tell you where to find Javier Escuela.
It is good that you are helping Luisa.
It ain't right what happened to her father. She's a brave girl.
You know, I always heard that part 6 didn't sell very well either, the manga. It's like, because it was in you know, the manga was in a boys magazine and it had a female main character, so it didn't sell very well.
I just hope it's worth it.
It is better to die free than live as slaves.
Freedom! After the universe rested, things started increasing in gayness. Was that what Pucci desired, huh? He wanted a more gay... Well, he was kind of in love with Dio, so it's a possibility.
A soldier? No, I was never much good at taking orders.
So where did you learn about explosives?
Part 8 is weird. I've heard that 8 is kind of weird. I haven't checked it out much yet. I just know it's about rock people or something. And it's like, kind of like merges the villain and main character from part 4 in some kind of weird way. I haven't seen Steel Ball Run, so I can't really spoil it for you. So that'll be the other people in chat. I kind of stopped after part 6.
We should not talk now. There might be ambushes.
What part are they on now? The anime? I think they're on part 6. Is the next one to be animated. The manga is on part 8. Oh, they want me to walk forward.
Tell your men not to open fire till I make a move. We don't want to give them a chance to escape. And leave DeSanta to me. I need him alive.
We will wait for your lead, senor.
Well, I haven't read part 6, but I do know that bit about Dio, though. Just because meme osmosis again.
Te condeno a muerte por traición. ¿Tienes algunas últimas palabras?
No. Come on, quick!
Viva la revolution, indeed. Good job, me. Didn't Iraqi confirm JoJo Part 9? Well, I'd imagine so. I doubt he's going to end it with 8. Well, I mean, why would he? It's like reaching the height of its popularity. This is like its peak. It's more popular than it's ever been. Oh. I was wondering what the hell happened. I guess don't use sniper rifle. Alright, you guys fight the jobbers, I'll go deal with the other guy. Capture him alive to determine the whereabouts, or don't kill him.
You're finished! You hear me? Call yourselves soldiers!
You going to bed, Zyke? Hey, have a good night, man.
It's no use running, DeSanta!
Yeah, you're chubby.
Touch me, and you're a dead man.
Perfect shot. It's always been popular, yeah, but I think it's just more popular now than ever.
You snake!
Horsey.
Please, we can come to an agreement. Think about what you are doing.
Remember that time you tried to kill me?
Now stay put!
You know, I don't like it that it says put victim on horse. What if he's not a victim?
Spare me, and I will make you a rich man. Come on, come on!
Yeah, it's always been big in Japan, but its international success is now pretty damn massive, thanks to the anime.
I'm wide open here!
My men will kill you. Let me go. I am begging you.
Alright, we're done here.
Por Dios!
Muy bien.
You fucking pig! Go back to your country!
Where is Javier Escuela?
Wait. Okay, alright. Shit. Alright. Casa Madrugada. It's hold up there.
Suddenly his zombie model,
Hurry
huh?
up and kill me! Or just let me go, okay?
Can we kill this piece of shit now, senor? Or would you like the pleasure yourself?
You are the better man.
Not my war, and not my country. You gentlemen.
Go on.
The kill is yours.
Finish him.
I told you what you wanted.
Play it like a movie.
Do it, compadre.
No peer pressure.
He's all yours, fellers. I got what I need.
Oh. Oof. Super dead.
Why are you stopping?
Yes, I really made it look like a movie by awkwardly walking into wall. I'm aware.
Thank you, compadre. It should really have been you.
I don't like to kill does deserve it.
That man is responsible for hundreds of innocent deaths, maybe thousands. He will burn in hell.
We all will, my friend.
Espinosa is
Deep.
dead, De Santa is dead, the army is without leaders. We must move on Allende now before it's too late.
First, you need to help me find Javier Escuela.
Super dead, yeah, but he comes back as a zombie, I believe. I've actually never played the Undead Nightmare stuff.
We was friends once, long time ago, but not anymore.
Old friends make their worst enemies.
You're telling me?
Escuela is known
I might have
in
to
this
check that
province.
out at some point.
He was a revolutionary once, but then he went to your country. Now they say he kills for anybody who will pay.
Too bad we won't get that kind of DLC with Red Dead 2. That would have been nice. Instead, it's gonna be nothing but the online. Undead Nightmare is pretty short. Well, it is a DLC, that's to be expected. But it's still a couple hours. We should be able to finish out the Mexico section tonight if I play it quickly. I think the Undead Nightmare stuff isn't considered canon though, is it? It's just like, hey, this is one of those what-if scenarios. What a shame. Didn't like Undead Nightmare also inspire Yakuza to do its own zombie game?
This place is deserted. Is it always this quiet?
No, but maybe the girls are all occupied.
Oh, that's a dead... Oh, dead lady. Move! Oh, I love their dying animations sometimes.
Hey, you lady. Where's Javier Escuela?
Javier Escuela. He hasn't been seen around here in months. You shut up this place for him, huh? I wouldn't spit on him if he was on fire.
I don't blame you. But Captain DeSanta said he was here.
And you believe him? You must be more stupid than you look.
Pulled one over on you again, Marston. Well, I guess while we're here, we could rent a place. Oh, shit. My honorable deeds have earned me reduced prices in most shops. You can now wear the Duster outfit. I'm a good guy. I got the second best outfit in the game, did I? I mean, I have no intention to wear it, because this is the canon outfit. Alright, what time is it? We need to go to the next guy. We should probably sleep to make it daytime, though. Knowing him, his mission, like all the missions usually have that, that stupid time stuff. How did Marston die? You'll find out. Oh, you're making a joke. But you were legitimately asking. Still nighttime, huh? Marston needs a lot of sleep. Getting hungry, you should grab something to eat. Hey, go get yourself a big bowl of, you know, Cheerios. They got Cheerios in India, right?
No!
Well, that was weird. You played this game a long time ago? You mean back when it came out? That wasn't a long time ago. That was literally one console generation ago. One year after, then it was even shorter amount of time then. I think I played it right as it came out. My little brother got it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna play this when he's not looking. Me and my little brother used to not like the other to beat games before them, so we would like hide games from each other. I remember like hiding Mass Effect from him so he couldn't beat it before me. I did the same thing with my older brother. I remember one time my older brother was about to beat Siphon Filter before me, so I literally went and, you know, flicked the 100 amp breaker in our house off, so the power would just like, I was like, oh, the power went off. Guess your run's ruined. Fun times. That's evil, I call it smart. Like, it was my game, I wanted to beat it first. I literally hid Final Fantasy VII in a bookshelf because he didn't bother to ever read. So for like a year until he moved out, so I could beat it on my own without him beating it before me. So I just had Final Fantasy VII hidden in a bookshelf for like a year before I got around to beating it because I don't want him to do it before me. But I ended up beating it before him, that's for sure. Savage, that's right. Hey, everything's fair in a brother war, alright? That's how it goes. I'm already a demon. Yeah, that's... Games are hell, Kaz. Why are we here? Just to suffer. To delete our save data. And hide games from our brothers. Okay, here we are. The only problem with the Doom is there's so little plot you can't even sin it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I haven't made a video on it. But also the main character doesn't really care about the plot either. He's just there to kill demons, and it just so happens that killing demons is in line with what the plot wants him to do. Why not break his hands so he couldn't beat it before me? He was a lot bigger than me. That's a problem with bigger brothers. They're usually bigger. Also, I wouldn't go stoop to breaking his fingers so he couldn't play games. That's a bit evil.
Where is Abraham Reyes?
Here, amigo! Here! Well, look who it is. The American bandit turned bounty hunter who is about to win the Mexican Revolution.
I don't know about that, mister.
No, but I do, Mr. John Marston, I do. A man like you, or me, with just a few such men, I tell you I could rule the entire country. Hey, hermanos unidos, set my people free! Libre Mexico! Libre Mexico! Viva la revolución! Their energy is like food to me. I feel I was sent for them and they were sent to me.
Good for you.
Your younger brother is a foot taller and about 100 pounds heavier.
Shall be fair and judicious and wise. How so you ask? Very simple. I know these people.
I'd be questioning, no, I'm not gonna make that joke because that's rude. You could probably guess what the joke was about to be.
It must be pleasant to be a man so at one with his destiny.
Ay, Dios mío, I don't do it for myself, John Marston. I do it for my people.
Well, exactly.
Sarcasm, my friend, should be beneath a man such as you, don't you think?
Very little is beneath a man such
Well,
as me.
just like a Twitter social justice warrior. He's like, no jokes.
I assume a little robbery will be a pleasant day's work. All in a
He is a
good cause,
socialist.
of course. Come, my
Hi,
brother.
kid.
Let us strike while the iron is hot.
Best thing about having a doctor for a sister is that she helps me see the inaccuracy of gore and dismemberment in games. Yeah, my favorite is always like, that's a way more blood than a human could ever have.
Let's go.
Your mother is 5'4", your father is almost 7 foot. Oh, it's one of those situations where one of you take after the mom and the other the dad.
Are my sources correct?
It's a heck of a height difference.
To murder your two best friends.
Not exactly. We were friends once. A lot's changed since then.
Now that we are friends, I hope you will give me some warning if you get a sudden urge to kill me.
You'll be the first to know when I kill you, I promise. So where are they? Who? Williamson?
You'll be
and
back,
Escuela?
grab shotgun.
I'm not sure
Best thing about having, oh, the doctor thing, I read that.
Definitely in Mexico.
That much I know already. You told me you found them.
And I will. I have my very best man working on it.
If I find out you're lying to me, Reyes, you'll really see the man I used to be.
I will give
Marston,
you your
everyone has
first
lied to you about Javier
Give
at this
me
point.
time.
Why do you trust any of these people?
So how did you meet these Williamson and Escuella?
We ran in the same gang together, under a fella called Dutch. We were
Dutch?
all bad kids, lost, angry, and forgotten. He kind of saved us.
And turn you into criminals?
Dutch didn't see us that way. We robbed banks, stole from the rich, and we gave the money to people who needed it more.
I don't remember that part.
He was a revolutionary
When did
too.
you give money to people who needed it
I
more?
suppose he saw that the system of power was rotten, that good people had been crushed for too long, and he believed that change could only succeed if it was brutal and relentless, make America what he felt it was supposed to be.
I don't remember him trying to do that either. I thought he just wanted to, like, move away.
Another violent idealist. Where is he now?
I don't know, but I gotta find him once I'm done with them two. In the end, he went insane, lost faith in everything, and everyone.
Oh, that's true.
You have quite a story, John Marston. I really am a little jealous.
Jealous?
Of his poetic potential, I mean. He would make an excellent corrido.
A bullfight?
No, mi hermano. That is
When Arthur stopped getting the debts from people and Strauss was messing with it, I don't think that was the same. Yeah, they were saying they took money from the rich and gave it to people who needed it more. That was them taking money from the poor.
A musical tribute to a heroic
And the desperate.
man and their great deeds. There are over 100 written
But Arthur eventually stopped, doing it if he chose to, though. That's not Dutch.
in a country where most people cannot read the newspaper. Song is a powerful means of communication. We do what we can to battle the lies and propaganda of the government.
I know. I've seen your posters.
In the capital, they are already talking about my legendary escape from El Presidio, how I fought off 1,000 Mexican soldiers with my bare
This
hands.
guy's really talking about the size of his dick almost. Figuratively.
I have to know, what did you think of Agustin Allende, Young?
I saw enough to know he ain't a good man.
It is bad enough
No,
to
Arthur
reach
is
the
never
people
mentioned in
he's
this game. He
working
didn't
for
exist yet at this point, so no mentions of him.
Something must have made him that way.
Cowardice
Really,
made that way,
anyone, no
my
one
friend.
outside of
That is
Javier,
such a
Bill, and
score.
Dutch, and Marston are really mentioned, and then
Our country's kind and
Uncle.
generous dictator. Everything comes from him. It is like a
And
father
Marston's
feeds
wife.
his son, and then the son
Everyone
feeds
outside of
his
that never gets
son and
mentioned.
rapes it.
That's a very specific.
No, that's not.
example.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much right. I think there might have been a mention of someone who died during the ferry job that you also didn't see in Red Dead 2.
In America, they told us Sanchez was making things better here.
Pinche propaganda. He talks about economic reform, about how this is a new golden age for Mexican people. But look around you. The people are poorer than ever. Allende is nothing more than a perrito for General Sanchez.
Chrome crashed. Hey, it happens.
The train will be leaving soon.
What's on that train that's so important?
I received information that the army is transporting a vast quantity of supplies to distribute to their forces.
Do we have a plan?
I will explain when we get there, but those supplies won't be arriving.
I figured.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest problems with 2 is that Arthur was introduced and he was so important to the, everything, but never got mentioned in this game. So it's kind of out of left field. I mean, you're even wearing his hat and he never brings him up.
So listen, this train is filled with valuable supplies we need, but it's also filled with government troops. We'll set up a very loud distraction. You can board the train, and then you can disconnect the army cars, huh?
Okay.
Okay, but listen, we've got to get
Just
this
agreeing
done
to it just
before
like
the
that,
train
huh?
rolls out of the station.
You make it sound so easy.
Is anyone else here? Cause the chat is the chat not working?
Fun times, amigo.
Chat, if you can hear me, say something.
There are too
I
many
mean,
soldiers.
stream's still running. I see Jim talking. Yeah, everyone's just quiet for a minute, Jim. Don't worry, you're not alone.
Wait until I distract them. Then get on that train as fast as you can, John.
Jim had me worried when I read that. It's like, oh, did the stream die?
Give me some time to get their attention. Allende es un hombre muerto.
Stealthy time. It's 1 AM. Yeah, chat's a bit sleepy. It happens around this time. This has turned into a Hitman game. Did you get throwing knives in Red Dead 2? I don't recall those. Take out the guards. You got throwing knives? I just must never have used them. No, get off. I don't use that yet. Use them in the PvP. I've actually never touched Red Dead 2's online yet. Oh, shit. I apparently just got spotted with the lightning. Maybe I should have been on that car. Take out the guards now, huh? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. I'm stuck. Game is stuck. I can't get off the tracks. Stuck. Well, whatever. I literally got stuck between the tracks and the planks. I couldn't get off it. It just means we get another chance to prove ourselves. Let's do it correctly this time. There's like a red dot on the map, like there's a guard here, but there's no one. Oh, they mean that guard. Just finished your dinner? Time yo eat half a pie. I had enough cake already today that my mom made me a red velvet cake for Thanksgiving, so I've been slowly working my way through that. This must, you know, Mexican soldiers only have one plan, and it's to run straight into the line of fire. Are those guys coming or not? Unlimited ammo is a nice thing, isn't it? We basically wear the Metal Gear Solid, you know, headband. Gringo. Well, running into the line of fire worked for Russians in World War II. Yeah, but you have to have enough people till they run out of bullets. Doesn't work so well in a video game when the guy has infinite ammo. Is he like still peeing? What the hell was that about? That was janky. Wish I could see what I'm doing. Henry Cavill was denied role of James Bond for being too fat. You could have a fat James Bond. Why not? I think that'd be a cool role to have a fat James Bond.
You move like a cat onto that train. Magnificent. Go ahead and blow the armored car and
Not fat, well, that or liver disease.
Sweet brother, we don't have much time.
Would you have enlisted in World War II if you had been the age during the era? More than likely, because it was kind of seen as cowardice not to. I think there were actually campaigns to, you know, to actually, you know, shame people into signing up at times. I think like in wasn't it in the UK they had like girls going around giving out flowers to people who weren't already enlisted and like saying these are for real men or something? Oh shit. That was in World War I? So, well, same thing, different, same thing then. but usually it was seen as pretty patriotic at the time. I mean, it is also a much more justified war than all the wars that came after it. I mean, often you were actually really were defending your country from, you know, a foreign invader at that point. Move left stick right to search for the first number of the combination. If the dial is moved in the opposite direction, you must start over. That easy, huh? Oh, the money. Hey, how's it raining inside of this car? Hey, see you later, TS. Guess I got a new gun. Alright, looked like we got a new gun. To be fair, you could hear the artillery from the lines of France from London, exactly.
This is a great day for the revolution.
Mike, I'm surprised you haven't gone to bed yet. Usually it's happy mood time for you already.
Not a bad
Or sleepy mood time.
The establishment to give to the poor, eh, Mr. Marston?
Very noble, I'm sure, but I need to know where Williamson and Escuela are holed up.
All in good time, amigo. I'm off to deliver these goods. I'll see you back at the ranch.
Why don't you just shoot him, Marston, at this point?
My spies tell me they soon will have the information you need.
Time for you to head out. See you later, musical. Now that's a cowboy smoking cigarettes in the rain. Okay, what's left? Back to you. You don't want to sleep, you have nothing to do tomorrow, and I'd rather not think about my empty schedule. Well. Not much I can do about that, but keep you entertained for another 30 minutes. Maybe go fishing or something, I don't know.
Let's go.
VOD, son, exactly. Ugh. They got a whole lot better at the random events you counter in Red Dead 2 than this game. This game only has a small handful. Usually a dude chasing an animal for some reason. You don't want to sleep, it means I have to wake up and draw more Pokemon for your streams. Oh, you draw... That sounds fun, though. Would you rather be drawing something else? Hey, if it's your stream, you do what you want to do on it. Oh yeah, if you do stream, you can, you're more than welcome to announce your streams on the stream channel on my Discord, since I know you joined it recently. So maybe you'll get a few more viewers, who knows. You did draw an excellent Pokemon and post it on the Discord as well. Gonna play games before bed and have a good night, everyone. See you later, Tetsu. It's fun for a few hours, but I've spent 8 hours doing it today. That is a long streaming, but hey, sometimes if you want to be a streamer, sometimes you have to put those hours in. There are some streamers that do like 10 to 15 hour days of streaming. Dartigan hentai stream, perhaps. I can't draw, so it would be nothing but stickmen. Do stickmen count as hentai? And you'd probably get banned on Twitch drawing hentai. Yeah, you're almost certain you would. Oh, sorry, Twitch.
John, excuse me. Oye, mamita, cuando te vea la próxima vez que sea un poco más durito, ¿ah? And I mean rougher, huh?
What would your most loyal follower, Luisa, say about that?
Who?
Luisa, the girl from Campo Murata?
Her, a gentleman never tells, but she was a most wonderful... I just say she was increíble. Yes. Let me tell you something. I strongly recommend her. You take her when you have the chance, my brother.
What a piece of shit.
Wife.
My wife? These peasant girls, they believe every word a fellow says. So naive. It's really quite charming. I love peasants. Don't you love peasants? I love them. They have such purity.
Are you gonna marry her?
Ha! Marry a peasant? My dear boy, don't be absurd. I'm going to be the next president of Mexico. My wife will meet ambassadors, kings, other great men. The very thought that I would marry some peasant girl with a tight gun and the hands of a farmer, well, I really don't think so.
Wow.
Mother, que Dios la cuide, would turn in her grave.
Interesting.
But come on, let's run. I've got an amazing present.
Told you he's
for
a real
my
piece of shit.
brother, huh? Yes, the man you seek. Together, we will bring them to justice. Let's go.
He's so noble, fighting for the people.
Come on, mi hermano. This is the day we have both been waiting for.
Game is going out of its way to make guys hateable. Well, I'm going to guess most guys wouldn't stack up very well in morals to modern standards. But there are, general pieces of shit like, Keys here. Or Abraham, he calls himself. He's honestly one of the most vile characters in the game compared to all the murderers. You ever decide to just eat Cool Whip straight from the container? Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't buy Cool Whip anymore. Too much of a, it's got a, it's a nice little snack. So I don't buy it anymore for that reason. Too late to side with the other side? Well, they're just as terrible too. I mean, the other one is a rapist. He's literally just like raping girls in front of you. This guy is just like a, a hypocrite and a cheater.
Where are they, Abraham?
They are at El Presidio, Joe. Can you believe it? The place we first met. The scene of one of my greatest victories over Allende's traitors. You could not write a better story.
Sounds like they're just reusing assets there, Abraham.
We both want to finish, my brother. If my rebels can take
Should have slept before doing this because I can't see shit.
Are you sure they're there? Escuela and Williamson?
Javier Escuella is there. That much I am sure of. I don't know about Williamson.
Escuela will do for now.
I am told they paid Allende to hide them. They have been in his protection since you arrived in Mexico. See, you should have trusted your brother Abraham all along.
We have them? Then you can start making me feel bad. Immediately after you thank me for everything I've done for you, amigo.
It's been raining for a long time in this game, hasn't it?
I knew I had heard the name Javier Escuella before. He is from from this province. They tell me he was once a notorious bounty hunter and also one of the early revolutionaries.
That sounds about right.
All before my rebellious urges took hold, of course. I think I was still traveling in Europe at the time. I was living in Madrid with the ambassador's wife.
That sounds about right as well. Escuela was always a torn man. A cynic who desperately wanted to be a romantic.
Whereas you, Joe...
You know, they could have gone with that angle in Red Dead 2, but he didn't really do much.
Javier would die fighting for what he believed. He had a lot of passion, no love. Although he really admired Dutch, of course. But then we all did.
He was the leader of your little group of fortune hunters, ¿verdad?
The Dutch started falling apart, and he hit Javier harder than any of them. He went crazy. It was like the one thing he'd ever believed.
I don't remember Javier reacting much at all when Dutch started losing it.
It ain't exactly fun. We was close once.
Maybe it's more of those camp interactions I never saw.
Anybody else. Not any of his so-called brothers. He left me to die. We had a chance to save him.
And didn't he teach you any Spanish during all this time you were together?
I remember Cabron being used a lot.
Well, now you get to pay that Cabron a surprise visit.
I ain't here for revenge. I just need him and Williamson.
Yeah, in a way, I'm glad I didn't already send this before doing Red Dead 2, so now when I finally get around to doing this one, it will be in, you know, sequential order
So who was that girl back there?
of, you know, the timeline.
Loyal supporter of free Mexico.
Javier criticized Arthur and John and everyone who was losing faith in Dutch. Like I said, that must have been those camp scenes I didn't see all of, since it takes a long time to get to all of them.
Literate farmer and hired killer. I ain't in the power game.
And you will never have the knowledge that any woman will bear your child. And for her, it will be an honor.
I've known about enough bastards without making too many more of my own.
A man like me cannot be with just one woman. It would be an injustice to the people I have devoted my life to serve.
You have an interesting way of serving the people. Kind of like a national gigolo.
I owe it to the future.
God damn, you're good, Marston.
My brother. If I can get noble blood flowing through the veins of peasants, can you imagine how great this country can be? An army of reyes, of kings.
I wish I'd never asked.
Still find it weird Rockstar forget about Marston's daughter. Just a backstory thing, but it was written kind of weakly.
It ain't exactly been a vacation. Why are you talking like this is already over?
I don't know. One way or another, this might be the end. What do you think of the Mexican people?
I ain't sure. Some of them been kind, but a lot of them tried to kill me.
Come, my brother. I know what you Americans call us. Greasers, sun-greeners, overguts. For a land of immigrants, you don't like foreigners very much.
Hey, he's getting political.
What he does or where he's from.
Too relevant.
Treats me right, I'll do the same.
It's that simple for you, isn't it? You would make a fine socialist.
What about the Chinese workers here? I hear you ain't exactly made them very welcome.
That is different. They are an inferior race.
Wow.
You have all the makings of a great leader.
Wow, you are just a true piece of shit, Abraham. How can you be that much of a hypocrite and not even notice it? That's true blindness.
Gaining momentum.
Socialism makes you blind, yeah, I guess so.
About the day I will march into Escalera and storm Allende's mansion.
I think I have some idea.
Soon it will be me sleeping on those silk sheets and the colonel lying with the cucarachas.
From what I've seen of Allende, you might want to wash those sheets.
You might be right, my friend.
Do you really think a revolution can work? Do you have enough men?
Revolution begins with one person, John.
One person ain't gonna defeat the Mexican army.
The poor are many and together we are strong. They are ready to fight.
John's gonna run for president, huh?
It will.
If it does work,
He barely got a bank loan. I don't think he's gonna make it as a presidential candidate.
The greatest speech of my life.
but after all the fighting and all the speeches are over, what will you do?
I will march on the capital and take on Sanchez himself.
All right, when Mexico's yours, and you have all the power you desire, what will you do with it?
Like any great leader, my brother, I will delegate.
Delegate. Oh, he's such a good character, but he really makes you just hate him.
To say I'm not usually in favor of American interference. It will be sad to see you go.
I ain't going nowhere till I have Bill Williams.
What will you do when this is over?
I want to go home. Work my land.
What are my expectations from it? High production values. I don't really have any expectations beyond that. I kind of hope they've, you know, made some changes to the combat, because that style of combat is now will just feel a bit outdated, I think. After playing God of War, I think that kind of like did it way better. So I don't know if the whole Batman magnetic lock-on combat, however that you want to describe it, will be enough of a selling point for me again. Also, just maybe not make it such a big open world. I don't know. Idea.
Let's not talk for a while, my friend. We should take some time to think about what it means.
They're saying now you can finally skip the conversation this rest of the trip. Yeah, I don't really have any expectations beyond that. Something, you know, new besides, you know, here's another section of Gotham and here's some more of the, you know, the Rogues Gallery.
My men will launch a ruse attack on the side entrance.
A ruse?
Meanwhile, you, my American friend, will drive this wagon at the front gate and jump off when you're close. It's been packed with 5 crates of TNT.
That sounds crazy. How long's the fuse?
Yes, like I say, fun times. It's plenty long enough.
You suck.
I see you in there, amigo.
No more Joker. He'll be in it. That's for sure. Probably maybe played by Troy Baker again. But I think they also said the guy that traditionally plays Batman won't be in it. That does not look like I should have survived. Find a squealer.
I know you're here, old friend.
Upstairs, are we? You know, the weather is dynamic, so it just kind of worked out that we have a thunderstorm going on. Well, first place I checked, huh?
Hello, old friend. It's been a long time.
Hello, brother. It's good to see you. I heard you was coming. You took your time, no?
I barely recognize him from Red Dead 2.
You're not gonna shoot your own brother, are you? We was family.
Yeah, we were. Then you and Dutch went crazy and family didn't mean so much.
So now you do the government's work.
And what do? You just work for a different government.
Come on, brother.
Remember how you got those scars, John?
We're separate ways, huh?
What you and Dutch did was wrong. And the way you left me was wrong. Now, I ain't the judge, but as it turns out, it's you or me. The way I see it, might as well be you.
We thought you was dead, brother.
You...
I promise.
You... No. You literally saw me in camp and then ran away.
Besides, I can give you Bill. In Dutch. Dutch is in Colombia. I can take you straight to him. Hmm?
You left me to die? Whoa. To save your own skin, and now you expect me to care about you?
You got it all wrong, brother. I've always loved you. Even now.
Hog tie or kill? We're gonna hog tie him. Did I just land on him? Oh no, he's running. He's making a run for it. We're bringing him in alive. Well, maybe we'll shoot the horse out from underneath of him. Shit, I still got.
Let's go.
He's called me a puta.
It's over, old friend. I got you now. I'm taking you in, my brother.
Yeah, there was a pretty major retcon during that. Like, we thought you were dead, John.
Son of a bitch! Do you think I won't kill you, brother?
He ain't here, brother. He's with Agenda. It's a little late for revenge, John.
I ain't here to kill you, Javier. This is just business.
Where'd my horse go? There you are.
Come on, amigo. Abigail wouldn't want this.
Left him to die in the bank robbery. Yeah, they technically did leave him to die in that bank robbery, but he also makes it sound like that was the point where he, was out of the gang and he split ways with them.
We was family,
But he doesn't.
you and me.
He's just in jail for a while, and then they break him out, and then he's part of the gang again. And then it's on a train job that happens, and then he comes back, and they confront everyone at the camp, and so that makes no sense.
It wasn't like you thought it was.
Horse will be remembered. It was a criminal
Whatever
horse.
you say, old friend.
Yeah. It was me.
While the rain stopped at the right time too.
Yeah, and he's next. You and Bill are back together.
Wonder why the government didn't want to capture that lady, the blonde lady from the end of Red Dead 2. She was also part of the gang. I mean, they expected me to go to Mexico to find Javier. What about the guy who went to Canada?
I gave up caring about him or you a long time ago, friend.
Yeah, I know that's how they tried to write it to fix it, but it still doesn't make a lot of sense because he just said, "We thought you were dead, my friend." But no, you literally saw him in camp right before the actual gang finally split up.
It's meal you want.
You're wasting what's left of your breath. Enjoy the view. Breathe the air.
Well, they don't have legal jurisdiction in Mexico either, but I'm still here in Mexico getting Javier. So they could definitely send John to Canada. You know, that could be a game. Hey, Canada can have a Western element to it. Maybe they're saving that for something later. Horse, stop. You could have some Mountie missions. Red Dead 3 with Sadie. She was a good character, why not?
Oh, you piece of shit.
Or at least a DLC campaign, maybe.
Brother. You saw me out. Didn't that life we had mean nothing to you? Oh, you puto. Oh, one day, I promise you, you're gonna regret this.
One day's about all you got left.
I hope you and your wife and children rot in hell.
You know that life we lived is over. And when we was living it, it didn't mean nothing anyway. It was just an excuse, and we all knew.
What I knew is that you was always a puto. And you're still a puto.
Marston, come with me. The army sent reinforcements. Come.
Yeah, go with your puto.
Oh, he's a broken man.
The army is coming. Get up there and man that cannon.
Use the cannon. Oh, not this cannon. Other cannon.
They're here. I need you at the cannon.
Oh, shit, this is also not the right cannon. I'm failing.
Pronto.
Why can I not find this goddamn cannon? It's over there somewhere. Door. I wonder if this is even going to be useful. Of course it's going to be useful. Well, can't do anything about the ones that got inside. Oh, well, that... Guess I do have to wipe them out now. Failure as a cowboy. Well, there's only 2 of them remaining, so it's not that big of a deal. Where is he? That's right, I chose to do that and I didn't fail.
Two old friends reunited. It is a beautiful thing.
They only sent 5 dudes? Yeah, it wasn't exactly a massive reinforcement for the fort.
Mr. Marston, fancy seeing you down here.
How did we contact them?
It's a pleasant surprise to see you.
You've done well, Mr. Marston. Now, Javier here gets to see how far the hand of justice can reach. Come on.
You know, I don't think the court is going to convict... I don't know about jurisdiction here, but this seems a bit illegal.
Unfortunately, nothing is clear, John, until your obligations are met. We need you to find Williamson, then head to Blackwater as quick as you can. We have reason to believe that Dutch Vanderland is in the area.
Oh, your wife sends her regards.
En México. Alright, good. Go back to the town. Well, chat, we made a lot. We did good. We found a horrible man and brought him to justice. Or at least so the game says. I don't remember Javier really being that bad in Red Dead 2. He was kind of like a really... He's really just more in the background compared to people like Bill and Dutch. Kind of feel like they should have done more with Javier in Red Dead 2. Did Javier get washed up on the shore of the Garma Island? I don't remember if he was part of that group or not. He did? That was also the worst part of that game. It's completely unnecessary. I guess it was meant to be a big surprise, like, wait, we're on a tropical island now? But it also is like, this is, this could have been cut. Tried convincing them he was one of them, and they didn't believe him, and they threatened to cut his dick off. A just response. A measured response, I mean. Cut it in half. You know, that's actually, which is worse, having it cut off, or split down the middle? And remain. What do you think, chat? Which is the worst nightmare scenario to you? Sorry to give you that thought before bedtime, though. What was that? calmly walk by. Okay, you're shooting at me, you dicks. That's not cool. Angry Mexican noises. Me in giant-sized spider's lair. Pardon? Well, chat, I think we've reached the end of another stream. There's really just like one more mission, I think, left in Mexico, but we'll save that for another night. Whether that's tomorrow or not, I don't know. Don't know what I'll be playing tomorrow or if I will be playing tomorrow. We'll see. I do have to like get some serious work done on the script soon, so I might end up taking tomorrow off stream, depending on how much progress I make on that. But if I do good, I'll try to throw in another stream. So, chat, you all have been great tonight. Thank you for all the awesome conversations. What script for Jedi? Star Wars Jedi? You asked for a worst nightmare scenario, me being in giant-sized spider. That wasn't one of the two scenarios, though. I asked about having the dick cut off or split down the middle. You don't get to choose a new scenario. Choose one from those two. And give me the answer next time you see me. You have time to think on it. But that's going to be the end of tonight's stream. You guys have been amazing. Hope I at least got a couple laughs out of you. Thanks for any bits or subs thrown around tonight as well. Good night, buddy. Good night to you as well, Space Cats. Good night to everyone, in fact. I'll see you all tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Well, I hope to see you all tomorrow. Like I said, depends on if I make enough progress on the script. Anyways, I'm going to go to bed. Yeah, that's my plan. You guys should do that too, unless it's morning for you. Anyways, later everyone.